All right, we are live. Welcome back to another stream from Star Wars and Galaxy. Watching all Star Wars and get hands on. I'm Eli.
Howdy, I'm Jacob.
And we got a great bracket stream today. We're back with the bracket streams, is what we are. And we have 4 great guests who are going to help us debate about the best members of the organization whose symbols behind me, the Space Wizards, the Jedi Knights. We have 32 canon Jedi, not including Visions or Legends Jedi, even though we love them dearly. We decided to restrict this to canon Jedi, and we still managed to get 32 out here. So we have, so it's gonna be intense. It's gonna be very intense. And Jacob, anything for you to say before we bring in our panelists?
No, let the madness begin.
Yep, absolutely. All right, first panelist we have is actually I'll do this. He's celebrating his birthday today, so I think he deserves to be brought on first, and that is our good friend from Skywalking Through the League, Phil Sheehy.
Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for saying happy birthday. Even though I'm trying not to think that I'm 30, I appreciate you having me, and I am very, very excited to beat the shit out of Alden Diaz. So that this is going to be fun for me. What a wonderful birthday present! But thanks again for having me.
Next, because we have another congratulations to wish, even though I already wished it, but like still. She's celebrating her podcast Force Toast's 5-year anniversary. It is Laura Kelly.
Thank you so much. The congratulations don't count unless you do it live on air. So I sincerely appreciate you repeating it.
That's the rule. Yeah, that's the rule.
Exactly. Very excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Next from her accounts, Star Wars Stealing the Look, and from her great presence on Twitter and all those other Star Wars fandom places, we have Tori Fox.
Woo!
Tori, you're muted.
Oh no!
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be in a Galaxy stream if we didn't have some hiccups.
I just realized I was on mute. Trying to be respectful of noise, Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on. And finally we have and finally, give me a second. I think a joke because that's anyway. Alden Diaz, Rock to Radio.
Yeah, I'm here.
Baby boy.
Look, Bill, I didn't realize it was the Dirty 30 in particular. So
it is.
Obviously, when they say it's coming up, this is what they mean.
It is.
They mean getting online to talk about Jedi. Guys, it's going to be a big one. Will Travis Kelce propose during this stream? Send in super chats to place your bets.
It's a love story, baby. Just say yes. That's what's going to happen.
I was wondering whether it was going to come up, and I'm really having a tough time because I live in California. I'm like either I'm rooting for my home, like the state team, or for football Taylor's version. It's a tough decision for me. So, but absolutely, we are here. When I planned this, I'm going to be completely honest. I did not know the Super Bowl was going to be on this day. So
neither did any of us. I don't think.
I was gonna say. So you'll each have 30 seconds to defend your Jedi, and then we will vote on which Jedi gets to proceed through the bracket. We already have the matchups planned out. You can see everybody's who everybody's defending. We posted on Twitter one a day for the last few days. That was our first time doing that, and I think that was a generally good idea to introduce everybody to the contestants. But we have 32 Jedi, and let's get started in the I forget how there's a layout we do for this. There we go. There it is. Right. So the two people arguing will be down here. this is something we innovated for the last stream. So first up is Laura and Tori. Laura is arguing for Jedi. I don't even know what her rank is at this point, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Ahsoka Tano.
Ronan.
Ronin, yeah. Jedi Ronin, Ahsoka Tano, and Tori is arguing for Jedi Librarian and Master Jocasta Nu. Jacob, do you have the timer ready?
Yep. Whenever y'all are ready, go for it.
All right, Laura, go ahead.
All right. Ahsoka Tano was one of the few Jedi who recognized the flaws in the Jedi Order and how far they had fallen at the time of the Clone Wars. Ahsoka has famously referred to herself as no Jedi, but I have and will always interpret as her reflection of organized religion that was the Jedi Order leading up to the fall of the Republic. At the end of the day, Jedi are more than the systemic flaws of the Order. Ahsoka's philosophy from the Clone Wars to her voiceover cameo in The Rise of Skywalker is, when you find people who need your help, you help them, no matter what.
Wow. Perfect timing.
Good Lord.
Perfect timing. All right. Tori.
I'm ill prepared.
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, okay.
You don't know. So you guys don't have to wait for me to start.
You're just gonna start when we. Okay, sorry.
I'll start when you guys start. Be in your rhythm, be in your flow, and just go for it.
All right. First and foremost, I want to ask you: do you believe in and support our library systems? Very important. Jocasta Nu, a champion champion of knowledge, but also could whoop some serious butt. Faced off against the Inquisitor, Vader, and is kind of the reason that Vader didn't pass on all the youngling info to Sidious. She's also a very influential in passing on all of the Jedi info into the future. It's not good, but libraries.
So the four of us are gonna vote. If it goes to a tie, we'll go to the chat actually first to determine who wins, and then if the chat is tied after a certain amount of time, Alden has like he used in our the first bracket stream he was in. He has the chance cubes, which we were all, and in the very rare occasion that a tie is reached in the comments as well.
Let me tell you right now, not to be disrespectful to the chat, I don't care what you think. It's only because Eli is a benevolent god that you get a vote. So help me. If you mess with my picks, chat, I'll find some of you.
All right. So Tori, much respect to Jocasta Nu, but she doesn't exist in a lot of the archives of Star Wars fans' knowledge, and I think according to her, if that's true, then she doesn't exist. I'm going with Silk on this one.
Wow. That was heinous. Look,
I'm sorry, that was unnecessarily mean. I just wanted to use that quote.
This felt like a doomed matchup. I'm gonna be honest.
There are some of those.
There are quite a few of those.
The first section of any bracket is gonna have smackdowns. I will say it's not arguing against Jocasta. It's just how could we in good conscience argue against Ahsoka? That's more what it is.
Shout out to libraries, shout out to the Dewey Decimal System, but like it's a
for sure Alden was about to be like, this is hate against libraries, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's complicated.
There are like characters that like there's arcs and like big moments make me cry, and all of Ahsoka's do that for me. And if your biggest thing is in the movies is if it is not in our systems, then it does not exist. It's not the same thing, unfortunately.
And again,
shout out to libraries though.
No offense to Jocasta, I came out a bit hard against her at first. I just want to say that I feel like any Jedi who has a show name.
It's because you're ageist.
I do want to argue that I do think Obi-Wan maybe needed to be knocked down a peg. You know what I mean? Like,
we'll get there.
Especially because this woman probably helped raise him.
Yeah, he had a little too much pep in his step.
Right, like I'm sure she's just tired of it at this point.
Yeah.
The speaking of Obi-Wan, I was just thinking like, if a Jedi has a show named after them, I don't think they deserve to be knocked down in the first round. That's just my opinion. But like,
that's the thing too, is that like we are not. I said this in a tweet just now, telling people to watch the show. This is not a who would win. This is not a who you like the most. This is not even in world necessarily. It's everything. Like here's an argument for Ahsoka. Could Jocasta get a line of people at Galaxy's Edge? Maybe not.
It depends on the person, but yeah.
All right, so
Tori be in that line. I know that.
So
Probably
Jacob,
before
are you-
Ahsoka, to be honest.
I have
That's just me.
something to say to the floor. I know that Ahsoka has already won, and because of that, I will give a vote. I will give a vote to Jocasta because shout out
yes.
to libraries. I
Yeah,
discovered.
Jacob-
This is the Mitt Romney impeachment vote.
Okay.
Jacob-
Hold on.
Jacob's
Let me tell you
incessant
something.
need to do the opposite of whatever I do.
I
This is Jacob's
discovered-
incessant need to do the opposite
Yes,
of
I am
whatever I do.
continuing the streak. I discovered Star Wars in the school library. I read the Star
Look at
Wars
that.
books before I watched the movies. So Jocasta knew the librarian has a special place in my heart and in my Star Wars pantheon of people I like. So yes, I'll give Jocasta a vote. Also, Eli, can you put the link if we have the bracket? Can you put that in the YouTube chat as well?
Absolutely, yeah. I should have done that earlier. I will absolutely do that. Here's the link to the bracket. So everybody can follow along. So Ahsoka Tano is moving on in a verdict that is not incredibly surprising to me. Again, there's some blowouts here. And
When
Speaking of
will
blowouts-
older white people with top corporate jobs get their shake?
It's true.
I know it's just a travesty. It's such a
I don't know if
travesty.
I call it a top corporate job. That feels like a
Head of the
reach, not gonna lie.
archive? That's like CFO equivalent.
Dude, she's in academia. She's in academia. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
She's not making any now.
right, she's
Yeah, I
a
was gonna
history
say,
professor, basically. Like she's
Her,
not she's not a
yeah.
fat cat.
All right. So another match that I think might go a certain way. Bill is defending Anakin Skywalker, and I'm defending somebody who is not Anakin Skywalker. I'm defending the blade of Bardata, Porter Angle.
Okay.
All right, Bill, whenever you're ready to talk about the chosen one.
First of all, Porter, I hardly know her. Anyway, and
That's a point for Porter. Go.
Anakin Skywalker's the chosen one. He is like there is no Star Wars with like the saga without there's no Skywalker saga without Skywalker. Anakin, Luke, Leia, all of it. Who the hell is Porter? Like he's in the High Republic, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. You have to read, please. Libraries.
That's
Library. We're turning on libraries immediately.
this is the quickest heel turn the libraries have ever had. All right, Jacob, I'm good as hell. Let's go. Porter Engle, the Blade of Bardata, one of the most fearsome Jedi Masters of his time. Got a whole comic series after him. Lives for hundreds of years, providing constant wisdom and advice to younger Jedi. A master of the lightsaber, unparalleled in his era. And have you tried his 9X stew? It's really damn good. He is a master of the lightsaber and one of the most powerful Jedi Masters ever.
All right, let's make something very clear here. Anakin Skywalker, the top prospect, Boon to Eve Classic winner, like rizzed up a queen. Like we get it. 13 years this man had in the Order before he had the most cataclysmic fumble in the history of Jedidom. Porter, centuries, and never wavered. Point goes to Porter.
I did not expect Porter to get a single
A
point.
teenager's 13 years old. He got to Jedi puberty and he fucked it.
Okay, Alden. Hearing you say the word Riz was not in my bingo card. I didn't know I needed that.
It wasn't. I've heard him say that like 17,000 times. Anyway, so we have one vote for Porter, which is honestly more votes than I expected Porter to get.
Okay.
Get him out.
Eli.
Get the chosen one out.
Do not. You
Eli.
cannot.
You can take
No. So here's the thing. Here's where Anakin gets his first vote. Because Jacob has this incessant need to do whatever the opposite of I'm doing.
Okay, Eli, listen up. I would be my beloved co-host, my dear friend of many years, take Porter Engle and go. I don't even know. Go do whatever you want. Go talk about Porter Engle to your heart's content. But I don't want you to do it anymore on this show. I'm voting for Anakin.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Wow.
Am I wrong? You're gonna look at me and tell me I'm wrong.
Well, let's see what happens. Tori,
What are the lines like at Comic Cons for Hayden Christensen?
Stop it.
What are the lines like for Porter Engle at Comic Cons? There are none. He's not a
busy.
character.
Stop it.
He's not.
Tori, make your point. Yell over
cannot-
there.
Porter Angle. It's
You
Porter
can-
Angle. Bladed Bardata is a way cooler nickname than Anakin ever has gotten ever. Just based on that alone.
Thank you.
And the stew. And the stew.
And the stew.
He's got the stew in his name.
All right.
All right, listen, I don't even like Anakin Skywalker. I'm not a massive fan, but my thing with Porter Engle, and I have read not all of the High Republic, but most of it, is that he gets talked about so much as being this really cool character, but I have yet to see it. I feel like it's just talked about and referred to that he's like this awesome, super powerful Jedi. Show me. I need to see it at some point. So I haven't read the Blade comic. I imagine there's a lot of it there. So it's on me that Anakin's getting the vote from me in this thing. But it's really just, for me, Porter is, I need to actually see it, not just read it. Come on.
A match I didn't think was going to be this close. We're throwing it to the chat.
I swear to
we'll
God,
give you
chat.
a small amount of time.
Unbelievable.
Don't be boring, chat. If we let the chosen one
Anakin-
continue in the bracket, then we don't have a fair league.
we don't have a fair league. Life
We,
isn't
Life isn't fair.
Also, I love the fact that Alden used the who has bigger lines in Disneyland, and then we use like who has bigger lines at Comic-Con. Irrelevant.
Irrelevant. You will. I want to make it very clear. I'm here to litigate and win. I'm not here to be consistent.
All right,
if you want,
we
if
have
you want
one vote
stubbornness,
for Porter
Oh.
Engle.
thank you. Thank you. If you
Oh.
want stubbornness and consistency, read my fucking Twitter. We're here to win now. I will pivot on a
All
dime.
right, so I'm gonna
This is not
Jacob, can you set a timer for 30 seconds? Can you put the time for 30 seconds right
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
If we don't get another vote, then Porter Engle beats the chosen one.
No way.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
dude.
I gotta.
Wait, actually, wait. No, wait.
If
If
Ryan
you are
Hennessy,
voting for Anakin,
also
stay in
Porter
line.
Engle.
That I don't think
Stay
that
in
counts.
line.
You can't count that. You can't count that, Eli. No.
Stop the
No.
steal. Stop the steal.
This is unbelievable. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Let's
Bill
see.
is lobbying. Bill's lobbying.
It's not true. I don't know what you're talking about. If
Um,
Porter
Okay.
Engle wins,
All right.
Porter Engle. The time's up. We gotta.
Wait, show me the timer. Where's the timer?
It just
You
went.
did-
I'm sorry.
No.
30 seconds.
You didn't.
That was
30
30 seconds. I don't know what you want me to
is
say.
up, and
Sorry,
the
man.
chosen one has gotten out in the first round. That's the
Oh.
headline right there, everybody. The chosen one's out in the first round.
Fuck him.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Ahsoka Tano versus Porter Engle. A match
God damn
I
it.
did not think
Wait,
I was
okay,
going
we
to
did
win.
just get a vote for Anakin, but maybe it was too late.
And even so, it wouldn't have
If we
mattered.
get okay,
because-
if we get another one,
Can we kick it to the chance cubes at the very least?
What?
Jerry says
I-
Ella votes Anakin.
hold on.
No.
I trust Ella. in
If
this
we're on a
situation.
clock to make the argument,
Ella
yeah,
votes
if it
Porn
was on a
these
clock, it is too late. Porter is
You guys
already
are
advanced.
unbelievable.
Next match we have. Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna get my ass kicked for real this time. All right, Jacob.
Damn it.
Talk about. Although I will say Skywalkers haven't been getting off to a good run here, but talk about Luke.
Okay.
Actually, give me a second.
I can set
got
my
your
own.
timer.
I can keep my own timer. I'm an honest
cool.
man.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Hold on. Wait, let me pull up my notes. Something's gone wrong on my computer. All right. Luke Skywalker. What can't I say about Luke? His journey to being a Jedi is what started it all in Star Wars. Young farm boy dreaming of flying among the stars, to a hero of the rebellion, unraveling the mystery of his past, trying to embrace his destiny, battling his demons, Jedi Master committed to restoring the Order, defeated and disillusioned hermit in self-imposed exile, the old master who's taught his last lesson with peace and purpose in his beautiful ending to his story in The Last Jedi. I mean, if you don't like Luke Skywalker, I don't know, man. Like he's just a farm boy. He's earnest. That's all.
honestly, I feel like I've won even if I lose here because I got Jacob to talk good about The Last Jedi. So like, that's a victory in and of itself, honestly. Jacob, you got the timer ready?
Yes, sir.
The Kosian
Whenever
Jedi Master was a beacon of wisdom in the Jedi Order, often talking slow and seeming very slow, but in reality taking his time to get the results he wanted. He was an investigator Jedi. He had a very light blue lightsaber that some confused to be silver, I believe. And he was also brutally cut down in at the height of his time, and encased in some weird amber stuff, and put in Fortress Inquisitorius on display, which was cool. Very much. Thank you, Obi-Wan Kenobi writers, for that one. We appreciate it. All right, I'm under no illusion who's going to win this one. Just go ahead.
Yeah, I think this is the easiest so far.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The first time that Luke, Mary Sue Skywalker, held up a lightsaber, my man straight up pointed it at his eye. Now, that said, between Luke and Sinube, only one of them ended up fossilized in amber, I think, Inquisitorius. So in this case, my vote goes to Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right. I wasn't actually so sure about Porter.
He was a
but
bozo.
I
There's
was
no
pretty
denying
sure.
it. He had his moments. Like,
But honestly, Tara, I got much bigger no offense, Tara, I got much bigger priorities. All right, here we go. Here's our first barn burner. This one's gonna be. This one has the potential for like friendships are gonna be ruined over this one.
oh boy.
Alden's arguing for Qui-Gon Jinn.
This is hard. This
and
is really
Billy's
hard.
arguing for Leia.
Fuck me. All right.
I'd love to. Anyway,
I'll see you after the stream.
I know you. Yeah, you will.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Who's first?
That doesn't matter.
Alden's first.
Whoever wants.
Alden's first.
I'm first.
Oh, yeah. Go when you
What unites us as fans more so than the idea that the Jedi should be something? When now that Rey has a film coming up, the idea is what should she build? When the prequels were being explored in the Clone Wars, the idea was where did they fall? All of these things, all of the positives that we gather from those conversations are exemplified in Qui-Gon Jinn, somebody that walked the walk and didn't just talk the talk. He is the guy, and had he survived per the CCO of the company, everything would be fine because he's the father Anakin needs. I rest my case. You argue against this man, you shouldn't be on a Jedi stream.
Had he survived? That's the
All
key
right.
word for me. Had he survived? He didn't. And because he didn't,
Leia didn't survive the saga either. You got to blow
well,
run.
listen. Leia Organa's entire life is sacrifice. And that is the life of a Jedi. She lost her dad, she lost her son, lost her planet, and she still gets back up and leads the galaxy every single fucking time. Until the day she died. Why do we fall? So that we can pick ourselves up. Leia Organa picked herself up time and time again, and the galaxy's a better place because of it.
Don't you
I'm
start
going
with fucking Alfred.
I'm gonna make. I'm going to make a decision that I did not see myself making on this one.
Uh-oh.
Legitimately, I thought I was gonna go one way for this, and I'm going the other. I only hope that when you all analyze Qui-Gon, a weakness is found because I'm going Leia.
Hell yeah! Look
Ooh.
at that.
Oh,
All
well,
right.
you're dead to me then.
You
Done.
already listen.
We're
Just
done.
say one mean thing to Alden, and you're dead to him. That's
You're dead to me.
That's
Sorry.
All right. Well, I got one vote for Leia.
That's-
If anybody needs more time with this one, because I know this is a incredibly tricky one.
When you think about Leia, no one thinks Jedi Master, and no one did until 2019, which is not to take away from her. She's one of the greatest characters in not just Star Wars, but in fiction. But she, senator, general, and I'm sorry, but I didn't go through the Twitter wars of people yelling and screaming about how much they hated her being made to be a Jedi. I didn't have people in my fucking DMs talking about how bad that movie is, talking about how it sent them to therapy and how Leia being a Jedi is bad, to then just now have Qui-Gon lose. That's absurd. Qui-Gon's the guy.
I don't think so, man. Listen, it's hard for me to admit it because I have like 3 lightsabers, and one of
Don, I
them
agree,
is
but
Qui-Gon
somebody
Jinn's.
had to be it. There's only one other one that I consider as evil as this one, and it's a bit further down. And even that one, I don't think is as evil as this one. But
Also,
uh,
Leia's just a
agree?
better Jedi. Like, she had 0 training and kicked the shit out of Luke. Like, there was a reason that Yoda thought that Leia was the one who was going to save the galaxy.
all right, Bill. You,
Anyway,
Laura, Tori, Jacob.
Okay. Look, Leia was the Skywalker who was supposed to save the galaxy, I think. In Yoda's mind, maybe in Obi-Wan's mind, I'm not sure. I think she was supposed to. And I love Leia. She's an incredible character.
but she
I don't
did
need to
save the
say anything about
galaxy
her. Yeah, she did, but not in
twice.
the you know what I mean.
Where did Qui-Gon go?
As the,
Well, how
as
did
the
he do it?
Jedi.
What?
When
He
I-
died.
Don't
Look,
start with me, Bill.
as a Jedi, this is a Jedi bracket, and we're arguing about Jedi. So Qui-Gon in this case, but shout out to Leia because Leia kicks ass, and I love her.
I'm of a similar mind. Whatever kind of Jedi Leia was supposed to be or was, we just really didn't end up seeing much of it, I don't think. So Qui-Gon, for me, exemplified everything that the Jedi were supposed to be before he was tragically cut down too soon. So I'm going with Qui-Gon.
Tori, you have the chance to throw us into chaos right now.
Because I agree. I think Qui-Gon was kind of like as Alden said, the guy. But I think it's also a matter of perspective in that maybe Leia wasn't a Jedi traditionally, but I feel like she still carried a lot of that through her life.
So true.
Maybe not on paper.
So true.
Brian, that's very true.
I'm gonna go with Leia. I'm so sorry. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
sorry. It's so hard.
All
I'm
right,
gonna
so
go
here we go. So we have
All right.
2 votes for Qui-Gon, 1 vote for Leia. It seems like Qui-Gon might be running away with this, Jake. Can you set the timer?
While the
Oh.
chat is doing whatever they're doing in the anarchy, Moss Eisley ass comments that we have right now, I just want to say, a Sith had not taken direct action for a millennia, and while gassed, while protecting a child who he believed to be a child of prophecy, while a ship was taking off, while all this stuff was changing, and they were in the middle of a crisis with a monarchy being attacked by a corporation, Qui-Gon Jinn, while wearing a poncho in that heat, still did the job.
At 16
What
years
was-
old, according to Star Wars.
What was the job? What job?
Defend the child and get the queen off planet.
Okay, so
Well, the only reason,
how many Hutts did Qui-Gon kill?
Yep.
Just ask.
the
Just
jury's out.
people
It's
are saying.
Schrodinger's hut.
All right.
People are
So
saying-
the timer
Many
is
people
up.
are saying-
The timer is up. The timer is up, and Qui-Gon Jinn has proceeded.
Thank Christ.
Ah,
Thank God.
By
Look, if I have to be the
Sam
heel of
Bill.
this thing,
God damn it!
It certainly
Thank
wouldn't
you,
be your
Tori.
first time. It certainly wouldn't be your first time.
It's my
All
fucking
right,
birthday. Calm down.
All right.
Yeah,
Next
if Leia
one.
had been trained by Yoda, Palpatine was toast. Absolutely right in
That's
the
true.
chat. I agree.
All
I
right.
agree.
We're going to remain with these 2. Alden is
Oh my
arguing
gosh.
for Gunji, and Bill is arguing for Kane and Jarrus in a match that I know Jacob is very much looking forward to deciding.
Oof. Two of my favorites.
Bill, would you like to
Ooh.
lead on this one?
No, go ahead. I was actually going to lead and speak in Shriwook, if that's okay.
You were speaking. You want to
Yeah, I
disrespect
wanna-
my guy?
Absolutely.
That's
No,
like
you-
doing an offensive accent.
Hey, never
He's a
mind.
child.
I'm sorry. Keep
He's a
going.
child. You fuck. It doesn't matter if he's like
No,
40
go
to
ahead.
60.
Go ahead.
Okay, I am going to start now. So when you go to Gunji and you think about even the construction of his lightsaber or what he represents, Hu Yang talks about a uniqueness and that this isn't really a common thing, and he's not common amongst his people. But what he represents is synthesis. It is the synthesis of a people that are one with nature, with an order that at its best considers nature. Gunji would have words for Cal Kestis chopping down every living thing he sees. Gunji is everything that a Jedi youth should be, and as Bad Batch emphasizes, he represents the children of the future.
That was
Interesting.
pitch perfect timing.
Interesting.
Bill, go ahead.
Well, like I said with Leia, Kanan Jarrus' entire life is sacrifice, and that is the life of a Jedi. Lost his master, lost his eyesight, lost everything, and he still gets back up and leads the galaxy in a rebellion that inevitably the rebellion wins. Why do we fall? So that we can pick ourselves up. Kanan Jarrus.
This is great. I love this.
Kanan Jarrus. What's
all
a
right.
Gunji?
Get this man out of here.
All right. So, narrowly, but I'm going with Kanan.
Hell yeah.
Gunji is from an enslaved species, I would like to add.
I'm going with
As
Gunji.
Pulling out
Jared
all
found
the
out.
Oh,
stops.
Anakin was
Jared
a
found
slave,
out.
but y'all were okay to not vote for him, and then
No, that is true. That is very true.
I don't remember that deliberation.
of course you wouldn't.
While people are, does everyone have their votes ready, or can I say something?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Look,
Vote.
Gunji is my Roman Empire. I see Gunji and I say, hell yeah. That being said, Kanan 100%.
I see Gunji and say hell yeah.
This
He has a wooden lightsaber. He's sick.
That's true.
But it's got to be Kanan.
So-
I just love Kanan.
So a couple of things. First of all, I'll just say this: the person Jacob was, just so you understand how painstaking this decision was for Jacob Alden. The first thing Jacob asked when he was picking his final picks, because a lot of you had already chosen, was, "Hey, is Gunji available?" And I'm like, "No, Alden took him." He's like, he got like more pissed than I've seen him in.
I was not actually
because
pissed.
Gunji's a great pick.
He is a good pick. He is a good pick.
I don't want to pit
Listen.
child against child, but when it all crumbled, Kanan became a drunk, and it was Hera that threw Kanan. Hera put him on her back. When it all crumbled, Gunji, also a child, stays true.
He also
Or
needed
I
I mean, the
that.
child
What are you
didn't. The
talking
child
about?
didn't become drunk. Shocking. Can't believe it.
That would have been a really that's some Zack Snyder stuff.
There is no universe where I don't vote for Kanan in this, so he's
Oh, yeah.
one of my favorites. Sorry,
Horrendous.
Alden, love you.
Horrendous.
It's
would've-
Kanan for me.
You're not necessarily
Sorry.
dead to me like Eli is, but
That's fair.
You know, for a guy
but-
who's dead to you, you
Gunji.
keep coming on his show like every single time.
because I'm nice.
It's true.
Tori, are you gonna make this a all out for Kanan?
She
or
voted
you
Gunji
No,
because
I've
she's-
said it like 3 times, Gunji, man.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Kanan Jarrus is
Horrendous.
moving on. Next, we
Never
have,
lost.
Next, we have this is gonna be an intense one. We have Tori is arguing for. I'm not gonna say that. I already said something kind of mean to Tori earlier, so I'm not gonna. Alden said it earlier.
All right.
I'm just
What
gonna
did I
say
say?
everyone's favorite animal murderer, Cal Kestis.
Listen, I
I don't remember
Space
saying
was
that.
available. Okay, he is.
I don't
available.
remember saying that. That was a different deliberation.
Cal Kestis versus Plo Koon. Tori, whenever you're ready.
All right, and talking about picking ourselves back up, who also had it super rough, man. Cal Kestis. He tried to restore. He went on that journey of restoring the Jedi Order in the face of being hunted. He's got major style points. Have you seen those ponchos? He also made the executive decision of destroying that holocron. Probably a great idea. He also had a career as a rigger prior to going back into the Jedi thing. So he's got extra skills. He's a hardworking man. Double-bladed lightsaber.
Those are all excellent points. Now for Plo Koon. So, why is Plo Koon awesome? Look no further than Rising Malevolence. He and the other clones of the Wolf Pack, they were stuck outside the escape pods with survival looking extremely unlikely. He kept a level head and he led all his clones to safety. None of them were expendable to him. He was the perfect version of what the Jedi of his era should have been. He was a powerful warrior, but all his clones under him, everyone, they were individualists. He had compassion in his actions. He never treated them as expendable. Like his clones loved him too. What other clone, like the gunship said, Plo's bros. I'm out of time.
That was a final,
so-
a great
I'm
final
out.
point.
I'm out of time.
So
It's in the Hail Mary. I was like,
Connor
"Oh,
wants to get on this, and I just have to say, love you, Connor, but respectfully, no.
Yeah.
So
Where can you take it in the
I didn't
comments,
even
though?
say the best thing that I could have said, and I'm mad at myself right now.
so
Say it.
I-
Just throw it out
here's the
there.
thing.
Go.
yeah.
Who among us could score Night Sister Marin? Come on.
You're
That's a good
Come
Tori-
on.
That is
Doc
so
GF
true.
Marin?
It's not the
That is
Jedi
so
Plo
true.
way.
Koon couldn't do that. Plo Koon couldn't do that.
Tori, I swear to
Spoku
God,
didn't need to.
I was gonna I cast my vote for Cal, by the way. I was gonna cast my vote for Cal and say, when you spend 5 years cowboying it out there, come back and seal the deal with the goth girl you met during your first adventure.
Beautiful.
You're the guy.
Yeah,
Got that dog.
You're
in it.
the
he
guy.
is him for that. Let's
Cal
send it out.
cast
remember-
him.
So I don't remember I don't remember Plo Koon ever meeting a stim BD, which is of course as we know one of the greatest lines in Star Wars. So yeah, I'm voting for Cal.
Listen, this was over the minute I saw red hair. It's Cal Kestis all the way.
There it is.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
Laura, you can make it
Well done,
unanimous.
Laura.
Laura, for the
Yeah,
record,
no, sorry to make it a shutout, but I'm also voting Cal. Plo Koon always
Wow.
sounded so cool. There was not a whole lot more to him for me. He just sounded awesome.
I take umbrage with that last remark, but I agree with everything else, unfortunately.
I loved his
All
Jedi
right.
Order in Jedi Power battles. That's all I'll say.
I will say, to your point, Eli, it's amazing how many different ways they have to come up with in Jedi Fallen Order to say I need a stim BD or BD. Give me.
It's
They have like 20
fantastic.
different variants
Connor,
of that one
Connor
line.
Giacchini in the chat will vouch for me when I said I was on a call and I searched through literal with him this about a year ago. I searched through literal hours of Jedi Fallen Order footage just so I could find him saying I need a stim BD exactly the way I wanted. It's fantastic. Next one. This is our other tough one. This is our other tough draw. Tori is
I don't, think
defending
I don't know the bracket well enough. These are surprises
Jedi
to me as they
Master.
happen.
Same.
Jedi Master of the Order, Mace Windu, and Alden
Okay.
is defending Ben Solo.
Oh yeah,
Who?
that's right. Ben Solo.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the other tough one. So, one of these two is gonna get knocked out in the first round. I don't. Yeah. All right. Tori, whenever you're ready.
You going first?
Yeah,
Or
go
I
ahead.
go first?
I think you're going first. Who talks first?
Okay.
You talk first.
I talk first. I talk first.
Literally. Okay.
What a wait.
All right. Mace Windu, skilled warrior, member of the Jedi Council, totally had Sidious's number way before a lot of other people. And I would argue could probably have beat him if Anakin didn't play dirty and interfere with that little fight. Very important to me, determined to save the Zillo Beast, which I think should have been a red flag for everyone involved. And purple lightsaber, come on. That's cool. That's very cool. And he's also the master of a form of lightsabering. I'm sorry, I'm getting nervous because I'm seeing the timer that turned a lot of people to the dark side, and he was not turned. So he has a really cool fighting style that not a lot of people have.
Jared is about to leave 1,000 comments about Vapad. I just know it. Alden, whenever you're ready.
And go. Look, the Padawan of Luke Skywalker, the rightful prince of Alderaan, the son of Solo. He has it all. This guy fulfilled his grandfather's wish to bring people back, to stop the ones he loved from dying through selflessness, after single-handedly taking on the Knights of Ren, after standing against the Emperor on the home world of the Sith. He is him. He is the guy. And also, if you don't vote for him, then people will find you on Twitter and be mad.
Every argument is like, we pick ourselves back up. He's the guy.
He's him.
I'm not talking. I love it, by the way, but that's just so funny.
No, it's
By
true.
the way,
He
so I
is,
have-
he is Hemi Neutron. That is what we're dealing with here.
So I have my pick already, okay? And my pick rests on an incredibly important question. Why do we fall? It's so we can pick ourselves back up again. And that's what Ben Solo did.
Well done. Well
And,
done.
yeah, I'm going for Ben.
Ben
Pull
Solo,
up Maddie Gunner's comment, please. This is Ben Solo. Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet. Yeah, I can see that. Yep. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Hey, Ben. Hey, Ben. Put a shirt on.
Jesus.
Too much. Put a cowl on, as Ray said. Mace Windu is the most disrespected Star Wars character of all time. I stand behind
Yes,
that.
and I'm
going with Mace Windu.
honestly not surprised at who agrees with you on that one. Yeah. Anyway.
He's also the most disrespectful Jedi. Ahsoka Tano graciously assists the Republic and the Jedi by capturing Maul following the Siege of Mandalore, and Mace Windu's smart ass thanks her by throwing the word citizen back in her face. Clone Wars Season 7. That burned me so deeply. I will never forget it.
Also,
It
he
has been
definitely
Because
so
he's him. It's because he's him.
He also definitely caused a member of the Jedi to fall to the Inquisitorius, as we see in the snippet from Inquisitor Ed's the Replay. That was so it's not just a one-time thing.
We all have bad days.
I misspoke. My vote is not like I love Ben, but it's not for Ben Solo. It's against Mace Windu.
Well, what if I told you that Mace Windu had that dog in him? That's why I'm going with Mace Windu. Mace Windu's
Yes,
been one of my
sir.
favorite Jedi since I was a kid. I've written like one fan fiction. It's about Mace Windu surviving. So like, get out of here. Get out of here. Ben Solo.
Fanfiction
So I
is not
never get to-
admissible for the court.
No, listen.
So I never
Oh,
get to
you're
use
gonna-
Impact.
I never get to use a clip that we have. Like we have a bunch of clips. I never get to do this, but I can find one now.
Told you Teddy Roosevelt had that dog. He ran an actual fight club in the White House basement where he fought politicians, diplomats, and even his own wife.
Also, Ben Solo kissed one girl and died like immediately.
Yeah.
I would also die if it was Daisy Ridley.
That's
I'm throwing
true.
that point out.
That's true. Well, anyway.
By the way, I would just like to point out, I'm about to do a meme tweet about it, but not a single one of you brought up the obvious anti-Ben argument before this tie, because it's a tie, right?
Oh, genocide, you mean?
No one brought up Kylo Ren as being
Yeah,
part of the
genocide.
argument. It's a 7-year
Never heard of
period of
him.
mistakes. He is Uwu, big boy, king, baby, dark prince. It doesn't matter.
So true.
all right.
This is
So
so true.
We're at 1-1. I think Laura and Jacob. I think Laura and
I'm voting
Bill,
for
I think,
Mace.
both Mace.
I'm Mace.
Oh, okay.
No, I was Ben Solo.
Or-
And the
Okay,
chat is
so
gonna
we're
say that,
throwing
right?
it to the chat, which honestly I expected for this one. Mace Windu. My God, is
The people have spoken.
yeah, the people have spoken.
The people have spoken.
Multiple people. Look at them. Look at
Um,
This is Alden's nightmare scenario.
Are people?
Yeah.
This is a cop. You guys are into propaganda.
them.
Can I get that fanfic, Bill?
You can. I got you.
So yeah. Don't worry though, because I'm pretty sure Ben will come back. At least that's what some people tell me.
It's true.
World between worlds. Butterflies.
Never.
Anyway. Never Mace Windu.
This has to be like legit, like no kayfabe, no bit. Like this is a surprising upset to me.
Yeah.
I agree.
It genuinely is to me.
That is
It
good.
genuinely is to me.
If Empire
Not as
magazine
surprising-
hadn't made you all nostalgic the other day, we would not be here.
All right, here we go. Next we got. Yes. All right, Jacob, it's time for me to return the favor.
Eli, you set me up
Get
with
that
this
timer
one.
on.
This is
You got Luke
unbelievable.
Skywalker against Terra Sinube, okay?
Okay, you're right. I can't complain. Fine, I can't complain. Whenever you're ready,
Go ahead.
take it away.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to go
One of
first?
the great. Oh, I was gonna.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Go for it.
One of the great, helming one of the greatest TV shows of the Disney era on Disney Plus. Obi-Wan Kenobi, the pinnacle of the Order. He was the ultimate Jedi, steeling himself against any dark side resolve, constantly putting himself out there in combat, in wisdom, in all that stuff. He made a huge mistake with Anakin, only to rebound again. Why do we fall? And he's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it's Ewan McGregor. I don't know what else I can say.
Eli, didn't he like go sit in a cave and be sad for like 19 years that one time?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't 19 years. It was 9. He came out for a little, and then it was 10 more years.
Yeah, and also,
Yeah, he came out.
Also, Jacob, what Jedi hasn't done that?
Yeah, it's like a tradition.
I would argue that's a core Jedi thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
Just
The most
giving
Jedi
up.
thing you can do is hide in a
Just
cave
giving
for
up.
at least a decade.
Okay.
At least.
Wait, is it Depa Balaba for me, this one?
Yep, it's Depa
All right.
Balaba.
Master of Kanan
like that line.
Jarrus. She gets to shine in one of the most amazing Order 66 portrayals out there in the Bad Batch, sacrificing herself to let her Padawan, Caleb Doom, escape. And just look how that turned out. Pretty good investment, if you ask me. She questioned whether fighting in the Clone Wars was the right thing to do. She fought alongside Mace Windu during the Battle of Malenko. Eli, you're going to like this. She was hunted down by Ochi of Bestoon on Malathon 9 and was saved by Mace Windu.
Yeah, that
Ochi
doesn't
of
give her a
Bestoon.
point in my book.
I had to play the Ochi card with you. I had to try the Ochi card.
Again, I'm not voting, and even if I was, there's no way I'd vote for Depa. All right, let's get this over with. Let's
Look.
make Connor very disappointed, unfortunately.
Jacob, I gotta say, I love the cut of your jib, and I love the argument that you put there. But I literally last night at 1 a.m. I couldn't sleep, so I put on Obi-Wan Kenobi clips. I did the last fight with Vader, and when he talks to Leia, and just sobbed. So it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, every time.
Fair enough.
Okay. All right. Tori or Laura, did you guys vote yet?
No.
Not on this one. Obi-Wan failed Anakin in a lot of ways. He also failed Quinlan Vos in a massive way in Dark Disciple. How many characters does this guy have to fail before it comes to a head? So Depa Balaba's got my vote.
Laura, why do we fall?
I'm going Depa Balaba too. I'm going Depa Balaba too, yeah.
Shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
And
she might
so
have gotten
here we
cut down
are.
at the end, but consistent.
Here we are with
Okay fighting.
the vote Bill Sheehy is supporting and the pick Eli has, and they both rest in my hands. Eli, do not fuck with me. All right? I'm voting Depa exclusively to get Obi-Wan out. No, that's not true. I am voting Depa. But it's not just exclusively to spite Eli. Depa Balaba, despite the fact that her master just ruined my last round, Depa trains Kanan trains Ezra, and then little Jason Sandula, that's a different world, asking, his mom, I want to be a Jedi. It is very possible that little boy's hopes rest on the work of this woman. All right? So,
Or as I like to say, guess I'll go fuck myself.
No.
Obi-Wan's out. Get him
I'm
out.
so happy for Connor. I really am. I love that show. Love Obi-Wan. But oh my God. Love it.
Get him out of here, would you please?
My God.
This is the day of upsets. This is really unbelievable.
Evidently, people
This is
really
good.
want a silly bracket, so let's
Yeah,
just make it silly.
Absolutely.
This is really unbelievable.
God.
I'll take it.
And Eli, don't worry, Eli. Eli's two best picks have yet to be fielded. So
Well, seeing as how one of my picks did in the last bracket, I wouldn't be so confident because one of them got taken out in the first round.
you
so.
had Obi-Wan, and he still was bronze for who you chose. You know who your gold and silver are.
I did think no. Actually, Obi-Wan's. I would go Obi-Wan's lower than bronze. Because I think there's never mind. Either way, still, we have our next match, which, dear God, again another one that I'm not looking forward to voting on. All right, Alden, talk to us about newly found out Jedi Sabine Wren.
Look, when people talk about the democratization of the Jedi, I wanted a story that could be a Jedi, could be anyone. Jedi could be anyone. The Jedi were never dynastic, number one. The Skywalkers are the exception. But Sabine Wren is the modern example of turning your hurt into something good, taking your pain and putting it not into art, but into learning not just one lifestyle, but another. This is a world of synthesis. Star Wars is always about growing up. Now is about growing old and starting over. And Sabine was able to combine everything into the new idealized version of finding what you need inside yourself and rising up. Also, she is a YA Star Wars protagonist, and she has a cat and colorful hair and an apartment that's a mess. And I think that's very relatable.
All right, Laura, talk about Jedi Master Avar Chris.
All right, here we go. She might be certain white savior in looks, but Avar Chris has been proven to be a very effective, if not a
Well
bit
done.
aggressive of a leader. Avar Chris is results-driven. She's headstrong. She's a Jedi Master who interprets the Force as music, and she can use her Force abilities as a sort of network to bridge the minds of the Jedi around her for communication and to lend each other strength. This proved to be a very effective tactic during the Great Disaster and the attack on Starlight Beacon.
So this one,
I do love Avar Chris.
This one, and again, this I'm not because I know what Jacob's gonna pick, and I'm not doing any favors to the idea that this show is just Jacob and I constantly fucking each other over. That ending of that chapter, this is Jedi Master Avar Chris, help us on the way, that one thing, hope. That was the moment when I knew that Light of the Jedi was going to be one of the greatest Star Wars books I'd ever read.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm going Avar Chris.
All right, you're dead to me again. Jesus.
So what's the vote right now?
I voted for Avar.
1 point. 1 point, Avar.
Yeah.
I'll go Sabine. Need a Mando in there.
Jacob?
I know who Jacob's going 100%, by the way.
I'm going Avar Chris. When I think of
What?
Sabine, I don't think of a Jedi. You know,
Bill.
I was raised on Star Wars. I was raised on Star Wars Rebels.
After a whole television show.
I was 100%
Look,
sure that
I
Jacob
love
was gonna pick
Sabine, but this is a Jedi bracket, and for that reason, I'm going with Avar.
This is
Sorry,
really
Alden.
hard.
I'm sorry.
Bill.
I'm getting all the brownie points with you, Connor, today. My goodness.
Billiam Sheehy. Bill.
I've read
Bill, I know your mother's name. She likes me.
I've read one High Republic novel,
Oh,
and it's Light of the Jedi, and the way Avar Chris
Oh my god.
comes into the story and the way she feels the
No.
Force are
Wow.
so moving to me
Wow.
that once again, I think Alden's right when it comes to like, Sabine is kind of like this
Maybe
new
having some audio problems.
version of a Jedi.
Yeah.
He's back. He's back.
Oh, am I?
Oh, there
No,
you
you're
go.
back.
You're good now. You're good now.
Yeah,
You
your
hear-
mic was
you
having
hear me?
issues.
Sorry about that. Yeah, no, sorry about that. But I think what I was saying was I think Alden's right that Sabine is the like new version of the Jedi, and I really like that. But I'm going Avar Chris because I like her a lot. I think she's
guys, I did
everything
not
that should
expect
be.
to win
So-
this. Holy
This
shit.
is absolute heresy.
Honestly, I didn't expect you to win this either, Laura. So,
I love Avar Chris, and
Mhm.
more so than that, I love Laura Kelly. I got a Force Toast sticker.
Mm.
all right.
I
My
love
problem
Alden.
is with
I
all
don't-
of you. My problem is with all of you.
I wish I could say that I love Sabine Wren as a Jedi. I don't, but I do love you all.
All right, here we
This
go.
is
This is the
Fuck.
this
I'm
is-
glad I took Obi-Wan out.
this is a match that I prefer not to do because I love who I'm facing. Tori, talk about Kid Fisto.
All right, let me bring up my document. Okay. All right. Point number 1. How cool is he? Look at him. Behold him.
So cool.
He is a handsome,
So cool.
handsome man. Let's talk about that smile on Geonosis. You know what I mean? When he turns and he faces the camera and he's like, I'm living my best life. We love him. He's really good, really kind. I think he's very focused on the Jedi ideals. When he went with his Padawan in General Grievous's lair, he was, despite his best efforts, it didn't really work out, but he was really holding him accountable, really trying to sway his Padawan back to the ideas of the Jedi.
All right. Jacob, am I good to go?
Yeah. When you're ready.
God damn it, this van is not going to be yeeted out of the bracket in round 1 twice. Don't worry, kid. Everything's going to be all right. This man marched up into the Jedi Temple from a YouTube show. Went all the way to the Mandalorian and act as, by the way, the fans' redemption, not Ahmed's redemption. Ahmed did not really need to redeem shit. Ahmed Best, full Jedi garb, Afrofuturism homages, complete. Kelleran Beck mows through clone troopers to get Grogu out of there.
I'm sorry, Connor. I don't know why it keeps doing the timer. I'm trying to turn it off.
No, let it happen. Let him suffer.
All right. This is one that like this is the sleeper one that I'm like I didn't want to do this, but yeah.
When I was a kid, when I was okay.
You hit him with the kingpin. When I was a boy.
Or that, yeah.
Okay.
Vanessa.
Look, when I was younger, when I was a young lad, I wanted to be Kit Fisto. I looked at Kit Fisto and I said, he is literally me. I saw him in the Clone Wars and I went, oh my God, who is this guy with his giant black eyes and the tentacles and the green skin and the lightsaber? Oh my gosh. Kit Fisto all the way, baby. Kit Fisto, day one to infinity and beyond. Love that.
You'll
man.
never escape the allegations.
What allegations, Eli? What
The
allegations?
allegations that you have agenda against Eli.
The allegations.
That you will always
I'm sorry,
screw me over
Eli.
no matter
This is-
what.
Eli, this is not personal. I can promise you that. This one is 100% not personal. I can promise you that.
Laura, I need you to talk me off a cliff or something. It just after what happened before, I need you to speak sense about anything. Speak eloquently, like I know you can.
I don't know if my vote here is gonna give that to you, but Kid so really for me just a smile. That's pretty much the extent of it. So I'm gonna go Kelleran back. I'm sorry. That might be nonsensical, Alden. I apologize.
No. I'm still reeling.
Alden, Bill.
I have often said, both jokingly but also seriously, that Kit Fisto is one of the rare people in all of like heightened fantasy that loves his job. and it sounds like a joke, but it really is true. Like there is the Jedi, because of their situation politically, there isn't a lot of like swashbuckling, like I love to swing in, save the day. It makes me feel good. I'm good at it. Like Kit Fisto in a different world would have some sort of like ship or something. He'd be like Robert De Niro in Stardust. If you haven't seen that movie, you should watch it. And I love Kelleran, but also Eli really, really, really is on my nerves during this stream. So it's how personal is this gonna be?
Not again. Obi-Wan's gonna kill me.
Bill, I need you to weigh in. I really am stuck.
In
I think I know Bill's pick.
No.
in 2002,
Good year.
I went to not Salt Lake, Panama City Beach at my great aunt's condo, and it rained one day. And my grandmama decided to take us to Walmart and said, you can pick out one toy. And this was going to be my first Star Wars toy.
Mhm.
And I saw this little black-eyed, green-skinned, tentacle hair Jedi and said, that is so, so cool.
Yeah.
I need to have that. And it pains me to say that even after all that, I'm still going for Kelleran Beck because Ahmed Best is him. And I love him. I've always loved him. And seeing him save Grogu in The Mandalorian is one of my favorite Star Wars moments. And if I can just quote this real quick, Kelleran Beck's entire life is sacrifice, and that is the life of a Jedi.
By the way, I didn't bring up the one trump card I really should have brought up,
Anyway, I'm going Kelleran Beck.
which is you know who the director of the episode where Kelleran saves Grogu
Yes.
is.
The great Carl Weathers.
Like great Carl Weathers.
Now,
one
Eli,
of-
I didn't take you for a death profiteer who would use the loss of human life to advance your agenda.
Pull
I'm
the big
going-
guns.
I am throwing it to the fucking wolves. I'm voting Kit Fisto.
I really like that. That's a real story about Kit Fisto, by the way. Like that was
I
my
believe
first
it.
Star
Ryan has a
Wars
point.
toy I
Ryan
ever
has a
had.
point.
was
Let's
Kit
see.
Fisto.
Kid Fisto. Kid Fisto. Let's see. All right.
He loves his job, guys. Yeah, Grievous dead to rights.
He did.
Not again.
Also, this
All
is
right.
not, I don't think this is canon anymore, but when I was a kid, I had all these little comic panels, and one of them was him and Ayla Secura kissing under the water, and it was really cool.
I know
Let
that.
me
I
bring
don't
you
want to
that.
say that. I know that.
I actually did
Yeah.
that with the Ayla Secura doll that I
Just-
had. I just-
Yes!
Underwater. It just
Very important.
All right.
You want to talk about him? Kid Fisto is him. Okay.
Him Fisto.
All right. Let's do this.
don't get
Who-
more
who's
him than
next?
Kid
All
Fisto.
right. Yes. All right. Let's do this.
Yes, Connor.
Alden, talk to
I
us
agree.
about Orla Jareni.
Ooh.
Even though some people evidently don't read in both the panel and the chat. When it comes to
That's
Avar
me.
Kurtz, when it comes to Porter Angle, all these people, great examples. The greatest example of a Jedi from the High Republic is the one that put Wayseeker into the span lexicon, into the zeitgeist. The idea of, I love this, I respect it, I want to be a part of it, but I have to find my own path. Who can also take someone like Elzar Mann, a depressed piece of shit mess, and put him back on the right path temporarily. That's a real leader.
All right. All right.
Jacob,
Shakti.
talk to us about the woman who's died more times than I can count. Shakti.
Okay. You might look. Someone might mention Shakti, and you might think, Shakti, didn't she die like 7 times? But don't let that distract you from how badass the original Togruta truly was. She was a mentor and a teacher to the clones. She spent a lot of time on Kamino helping train and guide the troopers. In the Tartakovsky Clone Wars, like, she was her. Like, forget about it. Squaring off with Grievous toe-to-toe every freaking time. It was amazing. She even helped Fives investigate TUPS inhibitor chip malfunction, try to do the right thing in the Order 66 arc.
Jacob, I'm sorry. I prefer my Jedi who died once. So I'm going Orla Jareni.
I have to
I
be
think
loyal to
she's supposed
Shakti.
Say that again, Tori. Sorry, who'd you vote for?
Shakti.
Ah, all right.
Who is Orla Jarani?
This is what I'm talking about. We have illiterate Southerners on this panel.
Whoa.
I was too
Fire.
busy making moonshine to read the books.
Okay, listen here, fuckface. Moonshine? I'm in Kentucky. We make bourbon. Get your shit together. Get it right. If you're gonna insult me me
Yank.
right, please.
I'm a
Get
Yank,
out of here.
sorry.
And so, actually, you're Puerto Rican. That's South. What are you talking about?
In a way, in a sense.
Anyway, shock.
All right, we have one. Okay. Lori, have a chance to ask once again.
Laura.
Orla Jareni is the
Thank-
most emotionally intelligent Jedi in history. She sought her own path on her Jedi journey, and she established herself as a lifeline for my man, Elzar Mann. So it's Orla for me.
So I'm seeing 3 votes for Orla Jareni, and I think that means Orla Jareni is advancing.
Hell yeah.
All right, next one.
Well played, Alden. Good match.
All right,
Handshake.
I've lost too many of these. I can't lose this one. I'm refusing to lose this one. Laura, talk about Quinlan Voss.
Oh.
All right. Quinlan Voss had the rare force gift of psychometry, the power to touch objects, sense their history, their memories, etc. Of all the questionable things the Jedi Council did in the prequel era, and there were a lot of them, their act in order for Quinlan Voss, assassinating Count Dooku, and the consequences that played out in Dark Disciple are horrendous. However, he accomplished the rare, or as we're finding out, not so rare feat of surviving Order 66.
Right.
Let me
Eli,
introduce
whenever you're ready.
everybody to the greatest Jedi of all time, Nubs. Nubs is a fearless Jedi Padawan who is maybe the cutest thing introduced to Star Wars. Suck it, Porks, suck it, Grogu, suck it, all of it. I represent one of the most powerful nations in the world, Nubs Nation. Our forces will collide with the great baby blue boy to take over the world with our adoration for the greatest Jedi youngling of all time, Nubs. This guy holds a blue lightsaber, and he knows how to use it. God damn it!
Wow.
Eli,
Okay,
that
well, he
was
brought
legendary.
props. What am I supposed to? He brought
Yeah.
a prop.
Nubs
Now what am I supposed
Nation.
to do?
Wow. Okay.
Nubs Nation is what I'm talking about.
Today,
You don't
Nubs
have
Nation
a
is born.
you don't have a broken man with dreadlocks just sitting around in your apartment. One of my favorite Nubs facts is that based on, I'm not sure how many times he does it in the show, but at least in the pilot and all the little shorts, Nubs, unlike most other Star Wars alien races, the Poobahs have biological super strength. And that's not, neither here nor there about his acumen as a Jedi, but it's just funny. He is
Also,
legitimately, literally stronger than most other beings.
There's literally only one Jedi in galactic history who's stronger than Nubs, and that is Giga Nubs.
It's true. It's true. Big Nubs
Greatest fan
fan
art
art.
of all time. Giga Nubs.
This,
Along with the equally great Lakeith Stanfield Kai, Bright Star.
this,
But yeah, Giga Nubs.
this is hard. Because, like, I fucking love Nubs. Like, a lot. And I think if they do a Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2, I think Quinlan Vos would be a great villain. Like, just knowing what we have in Dark Disciple, I think he would rock.
I gotta go Nubs though. I gotta go Nubs. He's just so sweet and so floofy, and I want him to save the day.
I'm also voting Nubs.
Hell yeah.
Wow.
What's the count right now?
Two
Nubs.
Nubs, 0 Quinlan.
2 Nubs.
2 Nubs.
2 Nubs?
Eli, listen here. You keep talking about the allegations, and I don't want to be against you, man. I really don't. But you're not making.
Oh,
Anyway,
did you kick him out?
Whoa.
He moved.
Eli, you're not making it easy for me. Listen. Nubs Nation
dare.
for life. Nubs Nation for life. Absolutely, 100%. I'll ride with you on that one.
That's a vote.
But also,
That's a vote.
who? Who?
this guy.
Who?
Him?
Yeah.
That's him.
The answer is
It's
this
literally
guy.
him.
I gotta go with Quinlan Vos.
Thank
I
you.
do.
Did
I
Nubs
do.
fall to the dark side and then pull
Quinlan
himself
Vos
back
is-
out? I don't think so. I don't remember that story.
Here's
Young
the
Jedi
question.
No,
Adventure.
Nubs could never
falling
fall to
in
the
and
dark
picking
side.
yourself back up was hour 1. All right, we're past that.
How do we fall? Why do we fall?
I ask you, why do we fall?
All right.
This is really hard because I quite love Quinlan. Dark Disciple is one of my favorite books, but Nubs Nation.
Nubs.
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 This is what we call a resounding victory for Nubs Nation as he proceeds. All right.
Eli, you've never sounded more on the money and more serious as a broadcaster than in that single second right there.
Yeah.
I'm proud of it.
100%.
I'm fucking proud of it. I am fucking proud of it is what I am. All right. Jacob and Bill are going. Jacob, it's gonna be a little while till you
God, are we still on the first side of the bracket? Or the first
Yeah.
level? First level?
Yeah, we're still in
we're
round
still in
one.
the first round, but
An hour.
but
in.
but we're
we can
we're
speed it up a
close to
little
the
bit if
end.
we have to.
We're close to the end.
Okay.
Jacob, you're representing the guy behind this.
Buffalo Wild Wings has deals on deals on deals. Like buy one, get one half off Wing Tuesdays, buy one, get one free boneless Thursdays, and $3 Tall House beers every day. With all these deals, it's a win-win. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings. Was it worth it? You think anybody heard?
I have a feeling they did.
It will never
Classic.
be funny to me. I love it so much.
It will never not be fun.
Absolute
I've
classic.
had this clip on here for literal years, and every time it's still funny. Especially tweeting at Admon Esfandi. So that will never not be funny. All right, Jacob, go for Ezra Bridger.
I think Ezra epitomizes the spirit of the Jedi, showing that heroes can rise from the unlikeliest of places. He starts out as a pickpocket orphan on the streets of Lothal, a chance encounter with the Ghost Crew, sends him on a different trajectory. Over the course of Rebels, we see the most amazing character development. He goes from this reckless, cocky teenager. He still is that a little bit throughout. He becomes a self-assured, powerful young Jedi and rebel. He hangs out with Ahsoka. He kicks it with Obi-Wan. And of course, he has an amazing relationship with Kanan. I love Ezra because he's so human and flawed. We get to see all the internal struggles he grapples with and what it means for him to take on the legacy of the Jedi.
Listen, I love Aladdin just as much as the next guy, and that's all he is. So here's the thing. Here's what I know about Yaddle. Yaddle answers the question, what if Yoda was girl? And that's what we got. And what if she was played by Bryce Dallas Howard, which is another plus in my book. I love Yaddle, even though she died at the end of Tales of the Jedi. Anyway.
Rip.
R.I.P. Sorry.
I hate to break the pattern, but I gotta say, there is no way after how far away made me feel that I'm not going with Ezra Bridger.
Damn.
Thank you, Eli. I'm glad that we can put aside our differences for Ezra's sake.
You better not fuck me later on this bracket.
I'm just basing it off the characters. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think, on a serious note, that there is something to be said. Part of the reason why I think it's the newer Ezra material works so beautifully is that when Jedi historically, for any reason, go into isolation or exile, it's brokenness, regret, fear, failure, perhaps a vow in certain cases. Ezra Bridger went in there to save people, and we expected, I think all of us expected, a little more grizzled, a little darker, a little more badass when we found him. And what did we find? He had already inspired others. He had already made friends. He had taught them the spirit of rebellion. They were wood carving his logo. He was brand building. He was an influencer. Ezra Bridger wins this round.
Are there any trivia in a galaxy members here? Because
I'm the twice minted #1 contender.
Here's the thing,
player. Not this shit again.
I think just solely based. Well, this isn't for Alden, but this is for everybody else. Ezra Bridger didn't. Yaddle never made fun of one of my friends. Ezra Bridger did. I don't know if you saw that.
That is a very good argument.
I'm aware.
I don't know if you know that.
I'm aware.
Did you not see that, Tori?
For Ezra Bridger. That is a great argument for Ezra Bridger, by the way.
So, anyway, this is probably going to make him win now. But somebody paid for a cameo from the actor that plays Ezra to tell Jared, the Dark Jedi, that he's a loser. Star Wars trivia, and
it was the greatest thing I've ever seen. It
was Ezra.
I literally showed it to Jacob like a few minutes before we went live. It never fails to make me laugh. It never fails.
Bummer, dude.
All right, I was born a Yaddle girly. I'll die a Yaddle girly. But you know what I love more than Yaddle? A giant hermit crab family. And so I'm going with Ezra.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The logic is sound. No lies.
It was a tough road, but I knew it was coming. So anyway, keep going.
Lori, I think you're the final vote.
I was not born a Yaddle girly, but I learned to become one. And though it wasn't part of your argument, because you probably didn't read the book, she's such a badass in the novel Cataclysm. She's got my vote.
I actually did read that one.
That's true.
Really?
No, I'm kidding. No, I didn't. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Just
let the court recognize Laura's point is an immaculate point, and Yoda and Yaddle waterbend together in that book, and it's amazing. But
do they really?
Yeah,
Wow.
they do a whole thing together. It's really
I need to watch it.
That is pretty great.
Or
you need
read
to
it.
watch it.
All right. All right. Let's do this. Tori, argue for Rey. Argue for Rey Skywalker.
All right. Let me hold on 1 second. Okay, document is up. All right. All right, Rey. where to start with Rey. I always appreciate someone who has additional skills on top of being maybe one of the most powerful Jedi ever. She clearly has a lot of skills exhibited in the early part of The Force Awakens, scavenging, etc., survival. Who among us can do Force lightning? Come on now. She's also responsible for the future of the Jedi Order at this point, and that's yet to be fully explored, but it's on the way. Yeah. There you go.
The future of the Jedi Order is really, really interesting. You know what's even more interesting? The future of the entire species, which Kitty-Mundi is in charge of, because he is the one male that is in charge of making or of helping make little whatever species he is. He fucks, like, just point blank. He does. And what about the droid attack on the Wookiees? Nobody ever asked that question. He did. And because of that, we have Chewbacca. Anyway, Kitty-Mundi for president and for Jedi.
Look, this one's a no-brainer for me. I do not go onto Dionne Warwick's Twitter every day to defend Kitty-Mundi. I do not. I do not do that. I'm not. I don't hear people ratting about Charmin Obaid-Chinoy in because she's directing a Kitty-Mundi film.
It could happen, you know.
This is maybe one of the easiest picks for me. It's Rey. It's Rey, 100%.
Yeah, ask a random person on the street. They don't know who Kitty-Mundi is. Love him though.
That's not what the competition is. It's who's the best Jedi.
Well, we
The
talked
great
about
Brian
legacy
Ward.
and impact are also important.
The great Brian Ward.
Well, you know, here.
Rey Skywalker gets my vote. It's not even a question. Kitty-Mundi is one of the single worst middle management people in the history of leadership. A lot of the bad calls go back to him. How do you look at a 9-year-old shivering who just escaped slavery and be like, your thoughts dwell on your mother? It did produce the best Star Wars meme, I think we can all agree, which is my thoughts dwell on your mother.
Your mother.
It's one of the best. It's excellent. Rey Skywalker is the epitome, I think, more so than Luke. I always say Luke accepts that he's the main character, but doesn't really process the power of the Force. Rey understands the power of the Force, but her humility, she tries to turn down being the lead 3 different times. 3 times. She's like, it's not me. It's not me. Because she's got heart. Rey wins.
That's the other point I was just about to make. I should have made. I had in my brain and I just forgot about it. We're comparing one Jedi versus literally all of them.
See, it's not fair. It really isn't fair.
Kitty-Mundi's got a cool cone head, though.
I don't think it's a
It
cone.
really does, though.
Ray's got my vote.
All right.
Ray's got my vote. I'll go with Rey.
Also, if just for the record, Rey has my vote too. Like I didn't think I was scraping the bottom of the barrel, and I was like,
To
In
be
this
honest,
round-
Kitty-Mundi could be an argument could be made for me, but
oh,
Rey.
go ahead.
An argument could be made for you.
Go ahead. Oh shit.
Kitty-Mundi's got a nice goatee. He's got nice robes.
There we go. Sorry.
Laura?
But as Connor pointed out, he is a literal dickhead.
Truly.
Very good point. I will always be a Rey nobody girly. I merely tolerate Rey Skywalker, but
Agreed.
there's only one Jedi in this round who went down like a bitch on my Guido, and it wasn't Rey. So Rey's got my vote.
Rey has literally never gone down in any context because she's perfect. No, it's because she tries hard. All right? Enough of the man babies. Enough.
All right.
I agree.
Let's do this. All right, Jacob. Jacob, go ahead.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
Enough of the slander. Jared, get away from here. I don't want to hear anything from you right now. Grand Master Yoda, as the longest one of the longest reigning Grand Masters of the Jedi Order, deserves the respect he is owed for seeing this institution through some of its darkest times. He obviously survived Order 66 to rebuild the institution just even better than it was before, holding out hope for the last Skywalker and whatever he did. Grandmaster Yoda, one of the strongest Jedi Masters of all time. Yeah. All right,
Go
Laura.
ahead when you're ready. Yeah.
All right. Many components of the High Republic Phase 2 were underrated, and none of them more than Jedi Knight Gelanatai. She won over Axel Greylark, who was spoiled, pompous, and good Jedi as he blamed them for his father's death, but Gela won him over simply by being herself and showing him all the good that the Jedi stood for. Eventually, she was able to talk him off a ledge when he wanted to destroy an entire city because he had big feelings. Gela was uncompromising in her commitment to being a Jedi and never knew where she fit in. So she became a way seeker following her adventure with the heirs on Iram and Arano.
Yoda has my vote.
Oh, thank God.
You're welcome, Eli. It's your lucky day.
Keller and Beck disagrees with you, and there was another one who disagrees with you. Who was that other one who disagreed with you? Keller and Beck and Obi-Wan Kenobi disagree with you, but okay.
I really want to vote with my heart and not out of spite, because I could spite Eli, but then I could also spite Jared. And so, those are both great for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't have nearly as much for you to spite me at as Jared does. So.
Spiting Jared is better than antidepressants, so it's like
I'm not sure your doctor would agree with that.
What do they know?
Medical practitioners may disagree.
But like at the same time, Gelanatai, like a powerful space Latina out there, double lightsabers, making it happen, stepping up.
Wait, Gela's Latina?
Yeah,
it's Gela for me then.
it is
Alden,
your birthday.
Tori.
Tori, how do you feel about Yoda?
I'm doing Gela.
Gela?
Gela.
Yeah, let's vote. I'm going Space Latina as well. Yoda's out. Yoda's out round one.
This is not the round I expected to win.
Eli, the way that you treated me at our last match, this is payback for that. I just want you to know.
If I have to lose,
I accept that. I accept that as a win.
I don't believe Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda both losing in the first round. Have you no sanity?
Good.
Have you no sanity? All right. Well, Nubs Nation got past round one, so that's really all that matters. All right.
Higher Republic strong showing so far in this bracket.
Yep. All right. Give me a second. Let me just update this. All right. Laura, talk to us about another High Republic, Stellangius.
Oh, all right. Back to me. All right, you can call Stellangios a goody two-shoes or a suck-up, but every trio must have a voice of reason, and in the firebrands of the High Republic, that person is Stellangios. He was traditional, he was a rule follower, but he rose through the ranks of the Order and eventually gained a seat on the Council. During the fall of Starlight Beacon, Stellan stayed on the station till the very end, knowing he couldn't save it, but could prevent it from destroying a city below. He manually powered the thrusters to move the station to fall into the ocean instead, thus preventing hundreds of deaths as a result of his sacrifice.
All right. Jacob, talk to us about Seer Jenda.
Just as memorable as many Jedi of film and movie, one of the only Jedi who went toe-to-toe with the big man himself, Darth Vader, and lived to tell the tale, even getting very close to defeating him. Her journey, her failure with Trilla, cutting herself off from the Force, her return to the Force. It's portrayed so compellingly in Fallen Order and Survivor, it's hard to not love her. She then leaves Cal's crew to become an archivist on Jedha, working with Eno Cordova to preserve knowledge and tradition for future generations of Jedi. I think she's an awesome character and an awesome Jedi.
I agree. This isn't even close for me. It's Seer. It's Seer by a mile. Like, go ahead, Eli.
If this had come out at the beginning of THR, I think I would have picked Stellan. But it's Survivor that pushes it for me. It's Seer
Same.
as well.
And Laura, you've done an incredible job of presenting why these High Republic Jedi are so wonderful, and like it's it's hard for me to go against you because I know you've done the work. It's just seeing what I've seen with Seer. I don't have the same experience with it, but once again,
No, fair enough. I knew
you're
what I
doing a
was
great
getting
job.
into when I
I want you to know that.
I knew what I was getting into it.
Look, you guys remember at the end of Pirates of the Caribbean 3 at World's End when Elizabeth Swann, newly elected pirate king, gets up on the ship and gives a speech to the entire community of pirates about, you know, the sweat of your brow and the strength of your back and everything that makes a hero in those situations. I want to point out that Stellan Gios did not move Starlight Beacon out of the way of destroying an entire civilization with the Force. He didn't do it with a special device. He did it literally with his forearms, with his biceps. This man pushed the controls out and wouldn't even let a droid attempt to do it in his place because he values life. Stellan Gios, one of the greatest of all time. He gets my vote.
I haven't read that yet, and I'm going to, so I covered my ears for that.
Well, it's not looking good, I'll tell you that.
I knew that. I already knew that.
Sorry to everyone who I just spoiled the ending of
No, don't be
Phase
sorry.
1 for.
Don't be sorry.
Yeah, Tori?
Mine's gonna have to be Seer Jinda.
Oh.
All right.
Sorry, but Alden, you almost swayed me. You were very close.
I knew that.
And Laura, your arguments are incredibly good.
I knew the Elizabeth Swann argument was really to try to psyop Tori into changing.
You were trying. I knew it. You were like, you said, "Do you remember at the end of At World's End?" And I was like, "Do I?"
When they got married on the boat, of course I did. Yeah.
Beginning of
tried, Laura.
round 2. We're finally at round 2. We are at. Okay, this is going to be an interesting one. All right, this is where I. All right, Laura, tell us again about Ahsoka Tano.
Oh boy. All right. Imagine the betrayal that you'd feel if the people who raised you wrongfully accused you of a heinous crime, and then they threw you to the wolves of the Republic Tribunal with Tarkin. Then they expelled you from the only community that you've known. And then when they realized that they were wrong, they chalked it up to, well, at least we learned something from all of this. Okay, that's the story of Ahsoka Tano. So really, this part of my argument is just that I want you to feel bad for her. I yield my time.
All right, Jacob, we're ready?
Whenever you're ready.
So we have on one side one of the greatest Jedi Masters of all time, and we have on the other side someone who appears in a few scenes. We're talking about Obi-Wan and Depa Billaba. Who are we going to choose? I guess it's Depa Billaba. So respecting Jury's commitment to insanity, I urge you to vote for Porter Engle. Ahsoka is obviously a better Jedi, but look, I guess we're not making rational, interesting, we're just making interesting decisions as the rational ones here. So vote for Porter Engle because chaos, I guess.
No more, only litigation.
I repeat, Porter, I hardly know her. It's Ahsoka Tano by 3,000 miles. Get out of here. What's a porter?
Let me speak to
Thank you, Maddie.
Tori and Jacob for just a second. Imagine the things we could do by eliminating the most Disney capitalist Jedi out of this thing right now.
I'm inclined to agree, but I felt very offended by the roasting of my previous choices by a certain member, and I feel, do I want to give him that?
That's true. This is a game of loyalty in a lot of ways.
It's so much more interesting when it's not the main.
How many ears does she have? Is she not satisfied? Like, what really is the core of her universe, if not the her being Ahsoka? So at this point, it's like, I don't know. I'm just saying things. I'm not trying to. I'm just asking questions. You know, I like guys with podcasts that, you know.
Who are you?
I assume this is a dumb deal for you. It's a character that you love and a chance to vote against me. So I assume it's fine as well.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Eli, you're pushing this conspiracy theory a little too hard. That being said, Ahsoka has my vote.
let me tell you something. I'm going to unfortunately feel a little bit of Jared here. I have the documents, so just know that I have the documents. And
Tori,
you do it to me too. That's all I'll say.
Tori, I've known you
do it to me
for
too. This is not a one-way street, buddy.
4 years now.
Yes.
What do you say for old time's sake? We just throw it to the rabble rousers in the comments.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so that's 2 votes. 2 votes Porter. 2 votes Porter. Hell yeah, baby. Let's make it.
Set the timer, Jacob. Set the timer.
All right. I'll set it. I'm gonna give a little more time because it's people got to get their comments in. Takes longer. There's a delay. Porter.
Props to
So-
Bill. If
Ooh.
I could go back in time
Close.
and change one thing, I think I would open my argument by saying, Porter, I barely know her, and then go into my spiel.
It's really good. It's really good.
It's very
It
good.
is.
It's extremely good.
Although
I regret everything.
Anakin Skywalker lost when I opened with that, so like,
Touche.
it's
Thanks, Brian.
15 more seconds. Get in your votes.
Right.
Quick.
Let it
Thanks,
never-
the chat is on my
Let
side.
it never be
you
said that
guys.
we didn't at least have vision.
I can't wait for
Try.
Porter Ingle season 2. That's all I'm gonna say.
Me too. I too would love a Porter Angle show. All right, Jacob, is the time up?
Yep. Time's up.
By the skin of her teeth, Ahsoka Tano advances.
And it should have been by
Alright.
more. It should have been by a lot more, but anyway.
Here is where the rubber meets the freaking road. All right, Jacob, talk about Luke Skywalker.
All right. Let me find the right part of my document. Okay. One of the most important themes in Star Wars is the power of redemptive love. And Luke represents this like no one else. When everyone else lost faith in Vader, he still saw the good in him. What makes Luke greater than the Jedi of old? He rejects their self-destructive ideas, the very ones that helped turn Anakin to the dark side. He embraces love and emotion while still walking the path of the light. Even when Obi-Wan and Yoda believe the only way to defeat the Empire is to destroy Vader, Luke redeems him with an act of love, not an act of destruction. He defeats the Emperor through love, not destruction.
All right, Alden. First barn burner match of this round, or apparently second, Qui-Gon Jinn.
Literally every single thing that my opponent just said is true. And you know what? If you like safe and easy, go that way. But if you want to consider the person that enabled all of that by being to be possible, it's Qui-Gon Jinn. Luke does none of that. If it wasn't for the human, small act of kindness, the empathy of saying this little boy has something to say before he could be the chosen one, before let's buy him and get him out of here. This little boy matters. All life matters. Not all lives. We're not trying to be weird. All life in this galaxy. Qui-Gon Jinn is the genesis of everything you just said.
I'm not going to say it's tough because for me, it's Qui-Gon because, like, yes, what you're saying about Luke is true, but he did not learn his lesson. He did the exact same thing 25 years later. He almost killed his nephew.
Bill,
No. He did not learn the lessons of The Last Jedi. You look at how his interaction with Grogu and Book of Boba Fett season, or the first season. He said, you can either have this lightsaber or you can have your family. That was before
Luke
did not learn the lessons. He did not learn the lessons. Qui-Gon
He
Jinn
admits
is
to
the
Rey
best
and Rise
Jedi
of
ever.
Skywalker that he indeed, after death, did learn the lessons.
But he had to die to figure that out. Qui-Gon did not.
Bill,
Qui-Gon knew. Qui-Gon he's
Bill. To quote a wise man I once heard, "Why do we fall?" I'm going for Luke anyway.
It's a good point.
Yeah. Barely, I'm going for Luke, but yeah.
Looking at this bracket here, and I'm just. This is nasty.
I would like to say that I agree with Bill and that I feel that Luke perpetuated, intent or not, perpetuated some of the harmful things in Jedi culture that I don't love. And yeah, it's Qui-Gon. He's that guy. Qui-Gon's that guy.
He's him.
Qui-Gon him.
If
Here-
we wanna talk
Qui-Gon
about-
him.
if we want to talk about harm, Qui-Gon is the reason everything happened.
Everything
If you go
good.
back to the source,
Like,
like
Wouldn't have just happened, but in a different way.
Yeah,
I
the
don't
Trade
know.
Like-
I
Federation
don't think
situation
so.
was already Palpatine schemes are already happening. Whether it's Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan going to do the Trade Federation negotiations or not, a version of Phantom Menace takes place.
Can I show you guys an X-ray that I got of Qui-Gon Jinn? It's right here. Hold on.
I'll do this.
Oh,
You see
no.
it?
no.
You see it?
This is mean.
He's
Get outta
got that. He's got that dog in him. I don't know
Oh,
if
that's
you knew
true.
that.
Never mind. I agree with
You
that.
got- you got
Yeah,
that dog?
I agree with that.
That's where I was going with that. I've just
Um,
been shown his X-ray.
And he does indeed have that dog in him.
He doesn't need to have that dog in him.
Laura, you have the chance to throw this in the chaos, or
For the sake of time, I am going to just simply say Qui-Gon Jinn.
Qui-Gon
take that.
advances.
We'll
The,
take that.
the chosen
Well
one
played.
and his son are knocked out.
Get him out.
By the end of round 2. By the end of
Qui-Gon's
round
about
two.
to win this whole thing and go home and seal the deal with Shmi. God damn it.
Let's see. Who do we have now? I think it's. Wait. So
Unbelievable.
it's. I know. No, wait. Let's see. Tori is Cal, and then Bill is Kanan, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bill. Whenever you're ready, Kanan Jarrus, Jedi Knight.
Kanan Jarrus, he is really the catalyst for Star Wars entering a new galaxy. You look at where he was at the beginning of the Clone Wars to where he is, where he dies at the end. He sacrifices himself to save the ones that he loves, which is kind of like sacrifices the life of the Jedi. I'm not saying that because like I'm being serious. Sacrifices the life of the Jedi, but also saving the ones you love is what Star Wars is all about. So,
All right, Tori, go ahead for Calcast. Go for Calcast.
All right. You want to talk about saving the ones you love? How about saving that and more by deciding to protect very vital, important information about other people who are Force sensitive from the bad guys? Cal Kestis did that.
Mhm.
And what is being a Jedi if not sacrifice?
thank you. So true. So true.
That's the first time that's been articulated, and she's right.
Exactly, yes. I also want to point out that he keeps incredible company. He helps Saw Gerrera out. Obviously, Sari Junda, incredible as well. He, along with her, faced Vader, several Inquisitors, and lived to tell the tale through
Did
all that.
Cal, though? Cal,
Sorry.
No, you're good. I forgot.
All
Cal
right,
ran away. At least
so-
Kanan fought Vader.
He survived, though. You saw what happened to the people in Rogue One when they ran away.
So there's one thing that I love both these characters. There's one thing that pushes this for me. Kanan, unfortunately for him, has not visited and established a base on one of the greatest planets in Star Wars, Tanalorr.
Okay.
And Tanalorr puts Cal over the edge for me.
Tanalorr?
Tanalorr.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Preposterous.
No, that's mostly a joke, but I do. But like Cal does have. If it was Cal Fallen Order, I would say Kanan, but Cal Survivor has that dog in him. So,
What are you talking about? The original Jedi Survivor is Kanan Jarrus. What are you talking? Like, he.
That's true.
Look, I just want to point out an argument that I don't think anybody's making. We brought up Disney, we brought up conventions and things, real world interfacing with these characters. No matter how much I yell at my television, I can't make Kanan Jarrus stay with his better hair and not go to the shitty haircut right before he dies. But I can change Cal Kestis' hair whenever I want.
So
And
true.
I can make that man sexy all the time.
You can make him. I was about to.
Also, again,
to argue against
to
myself.
reiterate
but-
again, to reiterate again, Marin.
Yeah. But you know, if we start arguing about the company one keeps, it could get a little bit crazy.
Yeah, because Kanan has the entire crew. Yeah. So yeah.
I am going to vote. You know, because of his actions as an adoptive father of a found family, I'm going Kanan.
I thought you were going to say Cal because he did the exact same thing. But anyway,
I guess now he is an adopted dad too, by necessity. By the end, yeah.
But like here,
Yeah,
anyway.
Kata.
Team Kanan for.
Who, by the way,
All right.
by the way, if it like I want to do another one of these in like 10 years, and Kata Akuna needs to be on this bracket. Like, goddamn, I think she's going to be an incredible Jedi. I know where this is going. You can just say it, Jacob.
Let me just say one thing, because I know Eli and some other people, like to make a lot of jokes about, the story possibly hinting at in Jedi Survivor, possibly hinting at Cal and Marin smashing. Well, I saw the clip, I saw the cutscenes, and that was weak. That's a reach. But you know who has proof positive of smashing activities? Kanan Jarrus.
You
Jason
did not.
Spandula.
Listen, I can't support that. I appreciate your vote, but I can't support that.
All right.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
It's okay.
Kanan has my heart and my vote.
All right, here we
I'm
go.
a huge Kanan fan.
All right, here we go. Let's do this one. Master versus Padawan in a battle that I'm still confused as how this happened, but whatever. Tori, talk about Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. Need I go on? But I will. Like I said previously, very influential in the Jedi Council. Kind of skeptical from the beginning, which, like, yes, we can argue maybe this all happened anyway, but I think, you kind of need that guy to ground you, and I think he was kind of right about pretty much everything he was skeptical about, so take that into consideration. When we want to talk about impact, look at the shirt. Look at the shirt. How many others have a pony shirt?
All right.
All right.
Okay, so Obi-Wan Kenobi. Here's the thing about
Okay. So if we want to talk about impact, let's look no further than one of Mace Windu's frequent colleagues and collaborators, Depa Billapa. They work together numerous occasions, and her impact cannot be understated on Caleb Doom, Kanan Jarrus, who just won. So she should win too. But seriously, some of those stories in the comics, the Battle of Kalar, like she should not be underestimated as a really, really interesting character. I know she doesn't get a ton of run, but like, appreciate Depa Billapa. Appreciate her. That's all I ask.
I'll make this very brief. It's not that I want Depa to win. It's that I need Mace Windu to win.
Yeah, Eli, this is a tough decision for you.
No. I'm voting for Depa. I'm voting for Depa.
I know. It's me or it's Mace.
We've put Eli under more stress in this stream than a college education is currently putting him
That is
under
100% correct.
in real life.
Correct. That is 100% correct. Also, I was gonna originally say like, oh, respect for Connor Chikiti and all that kind of stuff. No, I can't even put that facade up. It is legitimately because I just need Mace Windu to lose.
Well, I'm voting for Mace Windu.
Same. Because I don't know if you know this about me, but I've written one fan fiction ever, and it's about Mace Windu.
Wow.
And I think you should vote for Mace Windu if you're
Mace Windu is a complicated man, but like Tori spoke to this. It's a grounding presence, and it's also, I was talking to Mark Bernardin the other day on an episode of Oxford Radio that'll be coming out this week.
Hold on.
And he just wrote the Mace Windu comic, and as he rightfully points out, when the A guy Yoda, when the old man is jovial and lovable and sets a tone of family, it is the duty of his right hand guy to be like, all right, well, yes, Yoda said play, but he's a little lax. This, if you've ever taken care of an old person in your life, you understand. Mace Windu is the guy. I reserve the right to walk this all back when I need to.
All right, Davor.
Also, I love that you said I was talking to the writer of the Mace Windu comic, Mark Bernardin. Just subtle name drop.
As you do.
Mark and I go way back, like 2 weeks ago.
I already highlighted why I think Mace Windu is an asshole, because he was an asshole to Ahsoka, but he's also an asshole to Quinlan Vos. When Quinlan falls to the dark side, Mace Windu's pitch for a solution is to execute him. Do I need to say anything else? It's
Sounds about Windu.
Whoever is not. It's not Mace Windu. Whoever's on the other side of this argument, that's who gets my vote.
The best thing about Mace Windu is his death, which is falling out the Windu.
Well, listen, some people are saying that he never really died and that he survived.
And I will hunt
Order
down
66.
those people because I swear to God he's dead.
But what a better way to find redemption. Yes, he was an asshole, but if he survived.
Jacob, you're setting the timer?
Be interesting.
You're setting the time?
Yes.
People have been more visibly dead before. It wouldn't be weird if he was alive.
Yeah. And
all right,
Samuel
put your
Jackson
votes
wants to
down
come
in the
back,
comments.
so just saying.
I'm gonna count because Matt Gunner said never ever Mace Windu, so that's a vote for Death.
I would argue that that's also the Ham Damon or whatever. That's not a vote for Mace Windu, or that's not a vote for the other guy because he didn't say he's voting for that other person.
Put your arguments down in the comments.
It's true.
If we must, we will settle this with a game of chance.
Time is up, by the way. The time just ended.
Time is up. Alden, do you have the?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you have the cubes?
Oh God, I didn't even realize we're going to cubes. My bad.
Yeah, we're going to cubes.
Okay. Would you like me? I'll just point my camera down at my desk.
Yeah, blue the Depa, red her master.
Blue, the woman. Red, the angry guy. All right.
Oh wait. No, never mind. Yeah, no, we gotta.
Okay, so we're doing 3 cubes. Yeah. Okay.
3 cubes. Yeah.
Let's see if this works. All right. That's 2 red. That's all red. That's all red.
Is that all Mace?
That's all red.
Wow.
All red, and you can see it clear as day. No shenanigans. You saw me drop it. All red. All right.
That's unreal. That's
all right. Mace Windu is somehow advancing to the next round.
Every single god just spoke for Mace. He got a clean sweep in the dice.
Hey, Mace Windu's him, man. He might be petty, but he's him.
All right, Laura. Are you for Avar Chris?
Mace Windu is still an asshole. While some might argue that the Nile War was with the Republic in Phase 1, Avar Chris believes that it was a war on the Jedi and was more likely to go on the offensive in battle instead of waiting on the enemy, in this case the Nile, to fire first. She could be hot-headed and she could be stubborn, but as we catch up with her in Phase 3, we see that she has grown in many ways. She's calmed down a bit. She's learned some humility, and best of all, she has learned when to ask for and accept help from others.
Tori Kit Fisto.
I'm sorry, can you confirm who I'm talking about?
Kit Fisto.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, I just want to make sure. All right, Kit Fisto. Gonna bring us back to him and his Padawan, unfortunately losing his Padawan. But like I said, he really was influential in grounding his Padawan, bringing him back. His Padawan wanted to take revenge on General Grievous, and he said, no, that is not the way. After his Padawan's unfortunate death, he ended up being able to save his Padawan's lightsaber from Grievous, saving it from that sad collection. Additionally, let's talk about skill. He was one of the best duelists in the Jedi Order, and he's also a killer on land and sea. He can use the Force to do water stuff, so he's kind of like a waterbender.
Right. By the way, Donline dude, thank you for hanging with us. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah, see you, Don. All right, so I hate how this bracket has forced me now to vote twice against the great Kit Fisto. I'm voting for Avar.
Avar never lost a Padawan, just saying.
Ooh, that's a low blow. That's a low blow.
She never had one, so
you know.
Okay.
In 2002, Grandmama took you to Walmart. Grandmama took me to Walmart in Panama City Beach. I'm going Kid Fisto.
Pull up Charlie's comment for a second.
Yes, this is pretty good, Charlie.
This is reason enough to vote against her. This actually hurts Avar's case.
Oh, I think it helps Avar's
This
case,
was
but
not
okay.
the endorsement you
Thank you,
thought it
Charlie.
was. Kit Fisto gets my vote still because when you went to CartoonNetwork.com back in the day, there was Clone Wars Planetary Forces that they used the Tartakovsky animation style. There was a side-scrolling game where you could play as the Quarren side, but if you played as the good guys, you were Kit throwing force bubbles with your space bar, and that's reason enough for him.
Also in Battlefront 2, but yeah. All right. Who's the person who hasn't voted here?
I
I got
voted.
Jacob. Okay, yeah.
What's the count right now?
You have the chance to tie it up.
Oh man. In that case, I'll go with Kit Fisto.
Hell yeah,
Screw
bro.
it.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Green
Kid
Man-
Fisto
Green
Really
Man
has-
for
red-blooded Americans vote for Kit Fisto. Everyone knows that.
All right, let's do this. Alden, talk about Orla Jareni.
Versus whom?
Nubs.
Oh, versus Nubs.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you this. There's a reason why Nubs was able to flourish, and it's because the adults had it so together during his time. There's a reason he was able to come up and express that so much joy. It's because programs like the Wayseeker program were being pioneered by women like Orla Jareni, going out there and finding their own path. If Nubs did not have heroes to aspire to, who would he be? What would he be inside of his little squad? He'd be a sad little teddy bear. But Orla Jareni sets the example. She paved the roads that Nubs walks.
Eli, whenever you're ready.
In poll after poll on Twitter and other places, Nubs has repeatedly lost. And I'm here to say that is not okay. Our numbers will darken the skies with Nubs Nation at the top for a commanding victory. We will take over the world and the galaxy at large. Nubs Nation is the superior nation. How can you not love this little blue boy? This guy has superhuman strength. Nubs Nation will dominate. I rest my case.
Eli, I feel like you turn into a completely different person whenever you start talking about Nubs.
Specifically with
Nubs.
who?
Honestly impressive.
Talking about who? What? I sorry, I blacked out for a second.
Stop it.
Okay. You well played.
If it
All
sways anyone's vote, Orla Jareni is a monster fucker. Her and Skier have slept together. So.
You're coming just for me, and I know you are. Shh.
I didn't. I said anyone.
If I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
I was already going to vote for Orla, so
30-30, baby.
there you go. There you go.
Bill, you rascal.
Bill, Jacob, Laura.
Always Gela, or always Orla, for sure.
Jacob.
You know what? I'll go with Nubs. I'll go with Nubs this time, just to see how this plays out. Throw you a bone, Eli.
Can I ask a question?
Throw you a bone.
Sure, fire away.
So, what was the name of the original ending track in Return of the Jedi?
Yub Nub.
It was originally Yub Nub, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I prefer Dubs Nubs. Anyway, it's
Wow.
dub. He's getting the dub for me. Go Nubs.
Wow.
All right. So,
Hell yes.
Jacob set the timer. We are currently
All
tied
right.
up 3-3. One vote for each in the comments.
I've at least heard about it. Charlie, what the fuck? Everything about this is so disappointing.
I know. I really didn't think Orla was going to get this far.
Orla Jareni has a double lightsaber that is hinged and it's white and she's cool and hot.
Wait, is she the Latino one?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going with that.
She's an alien.
Never mind.
She's an alien with a vaguely European accent, depending on who reads her.
No, if she's the Latino one, then I'm doing Orla. Sorry.
So wait.
Time
All right,
Time is
Time's
up
up.
now. Time is up.
Connor
All
for
right.
Orla, Charlie for Nubs.
Please
Yeah,
put up
so Alden,
Charlie's.
It's time for
go
the
to
dice.
your thing. Go for the thing. Red for Orla, and obviously blue for my guy.
This is. I haven't felt like this since November 2020, and arguably this is.
I haven't felt like that either. We should really like people
Run it back. We should.
Well,
Running.
yeah, no. True American patriots should know that this election was stolen. That Nubs deserved to win, but the Orla Journey is partook in fraud.
All right, we see the 3 dice, and now the roll. Blue.
Victory.
Blue.
Ooh.
God damn it.
Is it
Victory.
victory?
God damn
Another
it!
victory for
Okay.
Nubs
By the
Nation.
most, Nubs came up clutch
That's
This is-
what I'm.
by the narrowest margin possible in this bracket.
Nubs Nation will always survive. We will always survive, and we will always thrive in that. All right, Jacob.
All right, who do I have this time?
You have Ezra Bridger.
Ezra Bridger. All right, let me get back to the right.
But-
Let me get to the right
By the
spot
way,
on my
while
notes
he's
here.
setting up, yes, I agree that Connor, this was the upset of the century. I know many people were feeling upset
So
about that.
which Jedi? Just first, I can put it on Twitter to update people on this. Which Jedi has Nubs defeated personally? Orla
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 and
Journey.
Quinlan.
and who?
And Quinlan.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
My God.
Unbelievable. Thank you, Charlie.
Our
Thank
numbers
you,
will
Charlie.
darken
Ezra
the
should win.
skies.
Okay. Ezra Bridger. First off, he starts off using a literal slingshot, and then he has this insane combo blaster saber. Like that is so him. That fits his character perfectly. It's hilarious. I think his development over the course of Rebels is so fantastic, especially when he really struggles with the seduction of the dark side and Maul and Twilight of the Apprentice and steps into Shadow. The way he steps up after Kanan dies, he leads his family as they turn to him and lean on him, mirroring how he leaned on them when he came in as the baby of the bunch. It's just beautiful.
All right, Tori. Another barn burner.
Lock saber.
Talk about Rey.
I would gladly talk about Rey. Thank you. A big common theme in Star Wars: finding yourself, maybe finding your own family. Right? When we first meet Rey, she's a little maybe unsure about who she is. She bases a lot off her family that she has not seen in years. And through the events of her story, we see her meet her family. Fight evil with her family. And by the end of it all, while I was a big Rey Nobody fan, there's something so powerful in being able to claim her own name and her own identity in Skywalker. At the end, she has the final say.
Yeah, I'm voting Rey. That's easy.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
also
I'm voting
voting
Rey
Rey.
as well. Yeah, I'm voting Rey.
Now hold
and
on
it's,
a
and
minute.
it's no disrespect.
Hold on a minute. Let me take you back a couple years.
All right.
I can't. I'm
Sorry, I
voting
just
for
need
Rey.
to.
I'm voting for Rey.
I don't even get a monologue or anything. Wow.
there's no
She's voting
monologue,
for
it's just Rey.
She's a
Unbelievable.
Palpatine, folks. She's a
Unbelievable,
Palpatine.
Bill.
She's a.
But it's about what she chooses for herself.
Ray
Born
Skywalker
in
isn't
light.
a real Skywalker, is she? No, it's true. It's sad.
Yeah. If we're talking about real Skywalkers, then not Rey, we're talking. But anyway, Rey wins in a 4-0 wipe, which I did not expect. All right, so finally, all right, here we go. Actually, first let me just do this. Okay, so Yoda. No, never mind. Laura, talk about Galen that time. I'm still salty.
All right. Gela was present for and actively involved at the Night of Sorrows at Dalna. She witnessed the death of her friend Orin Darga, and then she almost drowned when a cult cave collapsed and flooded. All that aside, there are not a lot of emotionally intelligent Jedi in Star Wars in all of history. Literally, by the end of Phase 2, though, after Axel Greylark confesses that he loves Gela, she acknowledges to herself that she has feelings for him too, but she would work through them on her own. And at that point, she leaves and sets out for Jeddah to begin her path as a way seeker. So yeah, emotional intelligence. That's my argument for Gela.
Jacob, go ahead with Seer Junda.
Seer, she is badass. She is so freaking powerful. She brings Darth Vader to his knees, to within an inch of his life. He is wheezing. He is rolling around on the floor. It's a bloodbath, man. It's insane. And more than that, she's an awesome character. She's haunted by the darkness she knows she holds inside of her, especially early on, but she's still powerful and righteous. She loses everything. True to Jedi tradition, she loses everything. But because of Cal, she still bounces back and has that hope for a better future.
No disrespect to Gela, but Seer versus Vader is a movie quality duel. Like, it is that good. Like, just on that alone, it's Seer.
I agree. It's Seer for me.
What are you thinking? How you feeling?
I'm gonna do Gila. Emotional intelligence is important, and I think is one of my biggest complaints with the Jedi at large. So that's a really good argument.
I am going to agree. I'm going Gela, and it's not because these aren't comparable. This is a good match. Right. This is a good match, but Seer did her emotional relationships with both Trilla and Cal leave a lot to be desired, even at their best.
So give me a second. We'll give to the end of the timer, but currently Seer has a pretty big lead from the comments. So
she does. That's fair.
I think, unless anybody else, Jacob, tell me when it elapses.
We got like 15 more seconds for the people to weigh in.
All right. I'm just going to set us up for the next matchup.
This bracket is bananas so far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Honestly,
this is
very correct. Incredible.
I was surprised when I won the first round with this character to even come close to having gotten a second. I'll take it.
All right, and I think that means that Seer Junda is advancing to our third round. All right, so Laura, for the third time, talk to us about Ahsoka Tano.
I don't know how much more I have to say about these people. Let me see. Got to go back to my notes. All right. From the time that she was an infant, she displayed understanding and competence in dangerous situations when she managed to placate that big tiger thingy. She was a child soldier for 3 years, which just kind of in general sucks. But we got to see all the ways that she was a total badass, so that was great. And yeah, when she eventually grows up to be Rosario Dawson, she's like this cool, calm, collected, chill Jedi. So that's the end of what I have to say about Ahsoka, unfortunately.
All right, Alden, Qui-Gon Jinn yet again.
Oof.
There's a theme throughout Star Wars is that, we're never actually alone. And when you take it all the way back to Qui-Gon's youth, at Dooku's darkest points, when he was about to snap, Qui-Gon is there, calming presence, master. Doesn't have to be this way. Voice of reason, you're not alone. I've got you. All the way past death. Death can't stop this man from being there for that he loves. He tells Obi-Wan, I was always here. You just weren't ready to see. And the journey continues. We can always learn. We can always be together. We can always grow together. That's the essence of Qui-Gon.
So I think I might answer. This was a tough one for me. But in honor of the Phantom Menace's 25th anniversary, I have to go with Ahsoka because Shadow Warrior is one of the greatest episodes of Star Wars television I've ever seen.
This guy wants the smoke. He really does.
No, and seriously, but seriously, Ahsoka just edges out Qui-Gon for me just because that first season was so phenomenal. Her journey in that season is so fantastic.
Ahsoka Tano had the ability to die, and she simply refused. Unlike Qui-Gon, who went out. So I'm going Ahsoka Tano.
Jacob, you've always been like a son to me. I know I see you once every like 8 months.
Yeah, you're if that's true.
much
pretty
like
bad
my
dad.
father. Much like my father. I know I'm not really there, but
I'm wondering if you were gonna pull out that card, but
Hold
yeah.
I love you and I appreciate you,
oh my.
but I'm going with Ahsoka.
What the fuck? This is insane.
Tori,
Y'all are insane.
Qui-Gon.
That is insane.
Ahsoka Tano advances once again. All right.
Insanity.
No disrespect
Insanity.
to Qui-Gon though. It's a tough one. And
No
Qui-Gon,
disrespect to Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon
Even though I'm
is
pretty
him.
sure I voted against him every single time. It's just that he got put up against. It's been Leia, Luke, Ahsoka for Qui-Gon, so it's not like he's been put up against easy opponents.
You fought valiantly.
Now that I'm just voting because my people have been cleared out, it's malicious from this point in.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, right. You're gone. That's right.
The revenge tour is starting.
Yeah, that's the thing is that Laura's only won in this round with Ahsoka. Alden's only has one in this. Actually, everybody except for Tori only has one in this round. So
Who's going first?
Bring up Charlie's
Yeah.
comment. Bring up Charlie's comment.
That's what I'm laughing at.
Bring it up. In 2024, you people. The last acceptable.
What do you mean,
prejudice.
you people?
Bill, go ahead for Kanan.
Let's see. Kanan Jarrus, man. I don't know if you know this about me, but I've written one fan fiction, and it's about Mace Windu. And that guy fucking sucks. Anyway, he's an asshole. Kanan Jarrus. Look at Hera and Ahsoka. Good for him, you know? But I'm gonna go with Kanan because Mace Windu's an asshole.
Tori, go ahead for Mace Windu.
Mace Windu. Here we have a man in his prime. And yes, maybe not everybody likes him, but he is there to do his job. He is there to ask the tough questions. He is there to make sure that they are hopefully making the right decisions. Which did they? Ugh. But when they didn't make the right decisions, he showed up and he was trying to rectify that. He had no issues going after Palpatine / Sidious. And again, like I said before, I would like to argue, would have been a good opponent, but Anakin played dirty.
So let me just make something clear. Kanan was physically blinded, and yet he could still see a lot more than Mace Windu could.
It's a good point. It's a really good point.
Wow.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, at this point, yeah, I have to go Kanan. At this point.
Hell yeah, brother. Here we go.
Actually, I know where
I'm
Jacob.
going Kanan.
Yeah, actually, I think this might be a wipe. Is this going to be a wipe, Jacob?
Sweep.
Respect to Mace Windu.
By his grandmaster,
Disrespected Jedi.
his grandsire in the lineage.
Grand Padawan.
Kanan.
Kanan
Hera-
sweep.
Hera
Kanan
has
sweep.
good taste.
Kanan
That's what
sweep.
I will say. Hera
Kanan
has good
sweep.
taste.
I can't believe I
Kanan
made it
sweep.
this far, so thank you all.
Kanan sweep. You still have two more, Tori.
It's
Yeah,
so
this is
awesome.
it. I have to win this. So like this, you got two more. You're fine.
You got three. The rest of us got one. All right, here we go. Talk to us about, again, can't really believe that he got this far, but respectable. Kid Fisto.
Well, I can believe it. So, looking at this man physically, now I'm not, yes, he's attractive, but what I'm saying is that this is a man who, as Alden said previously, enjoys his job. He's in tip-top shape. He's there. He's smiling. He's having a good time. And then on top of that, I want to touch on, I feel he has a bit of humility to him. In Attack of the Clones, when there's C-3PO's head on a droid, he does not shoot the droid. He just knocks it to the side.
All right, here we go. So
Shoot, kill the droid.
So Nubs has this episode in Young Jedi Adventures where he gets sick and where he gets sick and Kai and Liz have to go and get a cure for him because that's just the kind of guy Nubs is. That's the guy you want to do something for. And oh my god, Our numbers will darken the sky. Nubs is a kingdom among gods, and he will dominate this bracket. Nubs is the supreme overlord of the Star Wars universe, and he will destroy the rest of this brand. All right.
Look,
What did I miss?
capitalism has only fucked me in this bracket, and for that, Nubs and I were having a rough day. I'm voting Kid Fisto.
Kid Fisto has never benefited from capitalism.
Nope. Kid
In
Fisto is a registered Democratic Socialist.
In 2018, I went into my parents'
All that Kid
basement.
Fisto merch I've seen says nothing, but okay.
I went into my parents' basement and I found a box, and it had all my Star Wars toys in it. And I looked inside, and if you remember, in 2002 in Panama City Beach, I had bought Kid Fisto.
How could we forget?
How could we forget? Nobody can forget. And for that reason, I'm going with Kid Fisto.
Thank you.
Wow.
I will go with Kit Fisto as well. I'm sorry, Eli. Nubs Nation for life.
Sorry.
I will not forget. I will not forget about Nubs Nation. But
I'm not sorry.
it's
time
Kit
for everybody
Fisto
to
for
learn.
me.
We
It
will
is
never
Kit Fisto
forget
for me.
Nubs Nation
No,
as we vote against Nubs
look,
Nation.
We
Yes,
will never
exactly.
forget Nubs Nation.
I will never like. You guys got to make your choices, and I've never actually won one of these, so like I'm not gonna say I'm surprised, but it's fun. When the revolution comes, Nubs Nation will not spare you.
Look,
Yeah,
man,
this is.
All right. Final one of round 3. Tori, talk to us about Rey Skywalker.
Rey Skywalker, baby. Talk about
true.
finding yourself, coming into your power. She had to really have a lot of, which I think is very admirable, because I think she has the physical aspect on lock, right? Mentally, a lot of her training was mental, dealing with maybe that somewhat darker part of her. Really, as Alden said previously, appreciating herself and saying that I can do this. I maybe didn't think I could, but I can do this. And that I think is really big and is something that I think we can all struggle with in life, feeling that you are enough and feeling that you could be the one. You could be that guy.
All right,
The guy.
Jacob,
All right.
for Seer Agenda.
All right. For Seer Junda, I want to bring your attention to Seer's gameplay in Jedi Survivor, because she is so freaking powerful in this game. She is such a badass. Like, there's all these small things when you play as her, if you watch the gameplay, that are so different. You can parry multiple blaster shots with a single bladed lightsaber. You don't have to time your blocks. She's her. She's walking through whoever. She's walking straight up to Darth Vader, and she's saying, "You're not shit. I got you."
Yeah, no, Rey Skywalker.
Yeah, it's Rey Skywalker for me. Yeah, no, not really close.
It's Rey Skywalker. On every level. It's
Yeah.
Rey Skywalker has better relationships with droids she just meets than Seer Junda has with people she spends years with. So
Correct.
What do you
Okay,
think?
that's probably
Laura?
true. Yeah.
I'm going.
I want to. Well, I'm going to go with Seer then.
oh wait, pull up Charlie's comment. Rey equals physical media. Whereas
Yeah,
Seer,
It's not.
Seer
It's
is
not
streaming
Seer's
books.
fault.
She's streaming books.
No, she's
She's
not.
streaming
It's all
books
the
and
books
she
are all
She's an
there.
archivist.
The books are all there.
And she
It's
let
all
them
her
burn.
book.
She let them burn. She let them burn. She's an ally of David Zaslav, and she
She let the books burn to save people.
Ray Skywalker
People.
would leak the Wile E. Coyote movie. I know this in my heart.
All right. So before we begin our penultimate round, Tori, you have a decision to make. Who do you want to defend more, Rey or Kit Fisto?
Oh,
Jeez.
I feel like I've come too far to quit now. I honestly have exhausted all of my bullet points for him, but like, why not? Let's do Kit Fisto.
All right.
Rey?
And so now you're gonna pick somebody to go for Rey of anybody on here. It can be anyone to argue for Rey.
Alden.
Okay. I either want so if Kit Fisto wins against Ray, if Ray wins against Kit Fisto, you'll go back to arguing about him. But this is just because when people face themselves, it usually happens way sooner than this. All right, Laura, Ahsoka Tano yet again.
All right. I want to take you all back to March 30th, 2016. I want to take you back to the night that Twilight of the Apprentice first aired. Action, the emotion, the Kevin Kiner score, that epic Ahsoka theme. Now I want you to remember that year we spent dissecting. That last shot in the temple, screaming that maybe Ahsoka wasn't dead. And lastly, I want to take you back with me to April 2017. It's a Star Wars Celebration in Orlando when Dave Filoni revealed his Ahsoka Lives! Shirt. Ahsoka Tano may be the epitome of Star Wars capitalism, I admit that. But she's also been the subject of some of the best storytelling we've seen in Star Wars. So, Your Honor, I rest my case.
Well, here's the problem with
Kanan
that.
Jarrus.
Here's the problem with that. Ahsoka Tano, there would be no Ahsoka Season 1 or Season 2 if it was not for Kanan Jarrus and his sacrifice and him showing Ezra the world between worlds. Because of that, because of his selfless sacrifice, Ahsoka hasn't sacrificed herself yet. I think that Kanan's more of a Jedi because, as we all know, Jedi's life is about sacrifice, and who is lost more than Kanan Jarrus because he loses his life at the end of the day. Kanan Jarrus.
Hashtag
record,
Ahsoka
I
Lives.
love
I'm
Kanan.
voting for Ahsoka. Hashtag Ahsoka Lives.
This is really hard for me.
I'm voting for Kanan on this one, and it's very close.
I love Kanan.
I do too.
Ahsoka.
I don't like arguing against him.
I don't either. I don't like arguing against Ahsoka. So
I hated arguing against Qui-Gon and Kit Fisto. I really did. Jacob, Jacob, who are you going with?
This is the toughest decision that I've had to make all day. What's the count right now? I want to make sure I understand.
It's 2-1 Ahsoka.
It's 2-1 Ahsoka. This is the toughest decision I've had to make all day because I don't cry a lot as a person. Star Wars has made me cry a few times. I can think of most of them. One of them was Twilight of the Apprentice. That episode made me burst out bawling. And one of those times was Kanan's sacrifice in Jedi Knight. So this really, for me, this is a serious matter. Let's send it. Let's send it to the chat. I gotta go with Kanan.
All right,
I used to pray for times like these.
Could go either way, but I gotta toss it over
So,
to Kanan.
So far, we have 3 for Ahsoka, 2 for Kanan, but we still have more time. Submit your comments. All right, we have another one for Ahsoka. Can the Ronin make it to the final round? Dave, tell me when the timer's over.
Oh yeah,
Let's see.
Let me get that
We've got.
set up.
Let's see. I don't know. How many do you? What's the count right now?
The count right now is 4-2 Ahsoka.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
From
2.
Okay.
Plus the 2 of us. Well, then there's
We got a Kanan in from Charlie. We
Yeah,
got a
we
Kanan.
now got 4-3.
And then Maddie.
I don't know what that's referring to.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Maddie, clarify your vote real quick.
I'm taking that as
Jacob. Tell me when it's over.
I got a few more seconds here.
Oh, yep.
Ooh.
There it is.
All right. So what is it?
So it's time to roll the chance cubes again.
Oh my gosh.
3
How fitting.
votes.
How fitting.
God damn. All right.
Blue Ahsoka for the lightsabers and Kanan red because, yeah.
Gonna piss off some EK Johnson stands by saying that, but all right. Okay. Here we go. We return now to fucking The Boonta Eve classic hanger.
The hands of fate. Let the force decide.
Hey!
Red, baby. Red.
By the narrowest of margins.
By the narrowest of margins, Kanan Jarrus emerges. All right, and to find out who faces him, let me just get.
Can I just
All
say that was really hard? Because
Yeah,
like
that was
I-
one of the
I'm
most
gonna-
even. Yeah.
I'm an Ahsoka guy. I really like that. That was really
All right.
that was really hard.
All right, Tori, talk about Kit Fisto.
Gladly. All right, I get it. It's Kit Fisto, right? It's not Rey Skywalker. It's not Anakin. But to have a number one, you got to have a number two, right? You can't have someone who's like the most popular guy without someone who's maybe not as popular. And that's Kit Fisto. Kit Fisto is that background character. Star Wars owes so much to its fun, cool-looking background characters. Do we know a lot about him? Not really, but that's part of the mystery. That's part of the excitement. You want to know more about him. You want to spend time with him. And maybe someday we will. I yield my time.
All right, Alden. Rey Skywalker.
So when we look at Kit Fisto, we're seeing a run that goes back 20 plus years now. But I would argue his potential is tapped. The Kit Fisto children, here we are. We got it all. Rey Skywalker. I want you to think about the little kids that saw the sequels. I want you to think about that 5-year-old girl watching Force Awakens. I want you to think about her. And now she's a teenager and she needs something. She needs her hero to come back. And that's still on the horizon. She's going to be a 15-year-old girl now, maybe a 16-year-old girl. She's learning to drive. And she's going to think, I can do this. I can do this. And she's going to be like Rey all over again when the new Jedi Order film comes out. Rey is also the future as well as the present.
Yeah, Alden pretty much summarized the reasons I'm going for Rey here. Like, legitimately, like, I had like a moment like when I was at Disneyland the last time, and like I saw little girls in their Rey costumes. I'm like, this is what it's about. This is what it's about. Inspiring the new generations. This is what it's about.
What about me, a 29-year-old woman in my Kit Fisto costume?
That's a really good point. And for that reason, I'm voting for Kit Fisto.
What about Jacob, who is Kit Fisto?
Who's just like me for real?
Just like me for real.
Oh, that's
I'll
hard.
paint myself green. Kit Fisto has my vote.
Really?
Yes, Eli.
I knew the internet was a toxic place for women in this fandom and this series and this mythology, but
Pish posh. This is all about Kit Fisto, no matter who he's going up against.
Laura, you have the chance to throw it into chaos once again.
Let's do it. I'm going Rey.
All right, so Jacob, start the timer.
right.
We have one vote for Rey, and Knatty, I'm going to need you to clarify.
this is not a vote. It's just an observation.
Because that
It's
could be
just-
for
it's just
either
punishment.
one.
He would win every
So-
cool contest. It's true.
Rey
That's true.
Skywalker is for
45
the kids,
seconds.
but Kit Fisto's
45
for the
seconds on the
streets,
clock.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody vote for Kit plus Kit Fisto, please.
Yeah.
Rey Skywalker in the streets, Kit Fisto in the sheets.
There it is.
Hey,
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right.
How you doing?
Kit Fisto, good. Okay, so it's tied.
Yep, it's tied.
Oh my God.
3-3.
Chat,
Right.
give us one more.
the
Yeah.
17 seconds on the clock. Time winding
Did
down. a
Charlie,
little
did
bit
Charlie
more.
vote?
We'll
Charlie,
see.
if you don't vote for your countrywoman, then I don't even know who you are anymore. Oh,
Oh,
thank God.
really?
I mean,
All
Tori
right.
wins either way. This was Tori versus Tori, but
Yeah.
I guess that's fair, but
Jacob, tell me when it's over.
We're time is up. Time is up.
All
It's in.
right.
that's it.
Oh yeah, once again beaten by a Skywalker.
All right. So we have our final matchup.
It was a
which
good
is
run,
going
Tori.
To be...
It was a good run.
Tori's run's not over yet.
She's got Rey.
this Fisto run is over,
Wow.
though. Thank
The
you.
Fisto run
Thank you
is-
for your
is-
unending
All right.
support. And Bill, too.
Kanan, go
my
for
guy.
go for Kanan.
Go
Bill.
for Kanan.
Kanan Rey for the final.
Kanan Rey the
Tori,
final.
why
Kanan
don't
Rey
you
the
go
final.
first? Tori, I want you to go first.
I don't want to go first. I'm scared.
Bill. Bill, go for Kanan first.
Okay.
You're in the-
So here's what I'll say about Kanan Jarrus. What have we already said about him? What that can't be said already. Kanan Jarrus, when Rey was in her darkest moment, she was listening for all the Jedi. Who came to her? Kanan Jarrus came to her in her most desperate time and helped her find the strength she needed. For that reason alone, I think she was looking to the wisdom of the old Jedi, to the true Jedi of that time. And there's Kanan. Kanan's a true Jedi. Rey is the future, but what do I know?
All right, Tori, go ahead.
All right. Bill, you pose a great point. However, it wasn't just Kanan who appeared to Rey. It was everybody else too. No disrespect to Kanan. Rey is the future, and I think she's also a great summation of everything from the past and then what everything can be in the future. She is obviously from a different circumstance than a lot of the Jedi prior, and she brings a new life to it, and she's going to have a new academy and exciting future, blah, blah.
Can I say one last thing?
Yes.
So, Kanan Jarrus' entire life is sacrifice, and that is the life of a Jedi.
I was actually just going to bring up her sacrifice, but that's fine.
No, it's fine. Lost his life, lost his master, lost everything, and he still gets back up and leads. Why do we fall, Tori? Can I ask you that?
So we can get back up. But
God,
I think
you're
Rey
so
is
right for that.
Rey's also a great...
Rey literally gets back up.
She literally gets back up every
They
time.
both get
Right.
up.
She literally gets back up from being dead, by the way, which I don't know if...
And frankly, I wish her
All right, this one is actually decently easy for me. Look. Wow, I just completely forgot the point I was gonna make. Rey gets it for me. Rey gets it for me. I'm so excited for this new movie. I think Sherman Obedjano is going to knock it out of the park. And I'm so excited to see the continuation of her journey. And there aren't enough nice things I can say about Rey and Daisy Ridley's portrayal. So yeah, Rey gets it for me.
I'm going Kanan. I'm going
Hell
Kanan here.
yeah.
I think he's one of the most he is one of the most complete characters. His journey, who he is, what we see of him. You know, I feel deeply personally, emotionally connected and affected by his story and what he brings to Star Wars Rebels and to Star Wars. So
sorry, I remember my point
it
now.
has to be
Freddie Prinze Jr. thinks that Rey should win this one.
That's not
true. If you go back to that talk, if you go back to that infamous rant, they're just upset because the Millennium Falcon was inherited by a girl. Freddie Prinze Jr. believes in the power of the new generation.
That's not what he was saying.
That's a reach. That's a huge reach, Eli. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, like there haven't been a lot of huge reaches today.
None as big as that one.
You're talking about reaches? Are you kidding me?
Yes, I am talking
about reaches. How many rounds did
Alden.
Nubs win? So many reaches.
Enough that he deserved it.
Rey Skywalker is the definitive Jedi of today. She is the legacy going forward. All of the Skywalkers moved on to mystic immortality. They all live forever in a different realm now. And who did they leave as their steward?
So only one family can be in charge of the legacy of the Jedi? Is that
Have you not watched all the movies? Yeah.
No, I haven't actually.
That's exactly the point. Yeah.
I've started on Rogue One and I don't know what's going on. So.
Oh yeah, then you definitely deserve to lose this one. Laura, you have the chance to throw us into chaos or declare the winner.
So I was on a Rey panel at Star Wars Celebration Anaheim, which you can actually find if you scroll back to 2022 on the Star Wars Explained YouTube channels. It's somewhere. So I think for this final round, I will pay homage to our girl, Rey.
I get it.
Totally get
And
it.
Ray has won the bracket. Ray Skywalker has won the bracket. I will shout out to Tori. Great job, Tori. I will just say on behalf of on behalf of my overlord in the heavens above, you will all pay for this. We usually do like one of our 6 degrees of Star Wars to end the stream, but since it's already gone on long enough, I'm just gonna say Kanan Jarrus to Ray, Kanan Leia Ray, if anybody can think of a better path, because those two characters never met in person. So, but yeah, let's just go around. Tori, actually, why don't you go first? Where can we find you?
You can find me at The Mandatorian on Instagram and on Twitter. You can check out Steal the Look, which is my like fashion meme account. And yeah, that's it.
All right, Bill, where can we find you?
Y'all can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Star Wars Bill. If we ever start podcasting again, you can find me podcasting at Skywalking Through the League at Skywalking TL, and follow my friends over at the Bombadcast and the Nerd Academy and all. I have other friends here too, but they'll shill for themselves here in a second.
Laura?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at shutup_Laura. I do a show with my fellow Schmodown alum, John Roca and Kevin Smets, called The Jedi Way, where we talk about Star Wars on the Outlaw Nation YouTube channel. And I have a podcast called Force Toast Star Wars Happy Hour, where my friend Alice and I drink wine and talk about Star Wars. You can find that at Force Toast Pod on Twitter.
And finally, Alden.
Find me Fridays live with Ken Knapsack, 11 Pacific, 2 Eastern on Anytime with Ken and Alden, talking about pop culture, politics, life, all that stuff. Octo Radio is back now. Mark Bernardin is going to be on the show, who wrote the Mace comic, one of the cinematographers for Ahsoka, who actually shot Hayden's return in Shadow Warrior. We're talking this week, Quinn Tran. And other stuff that I can't talk about, some stuff that I can talk about. Find me or don't.
All right. So I was just going to move everyone just to say you can find us obviously on Twitter at @InAGalaxyPod. You can find us everywhere on @InAGalaxyPod. You can find me at OGFan327. Thank you to all of our guests for coming and representing these brave Jedi Knights Thank you. Yes, we really appreciate it. This was so much fun. The next bracket stream we are going to be doing in April, we're making this bi-monthly, will be about the ancient enemies of the Jedi, the Dark Lords of the Sith. We look very much forward to that, and check our Twitter for those announcements on who will be joining us. We already have some ideas. Listen to us on all platforms. Star Wars in the Galaxy this week, we're releasing Obi-Wan Kenobi Part 5 with John and Boot from the Nerd Herder podcast, and then we are going to release. Next week is Part 6 of Obi-Wan Kenobi with panelists on this show, Alden Diaz. It'll be Jacob, Alden, and I talking about Part 6 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. We're really excited to wrap Obi-Wan Kenobi up and get to. We're going to do a half season on Visions soon, and then we're going to do season 17, maybe the greatest season of Star Wars in a Galaxy ever. Talking about Young Jedi Adventures and the gloriousness of my guy. Jacob has to put up with me talking about Nubs for 7 episodes. Send all sympathies his way.
If I made it through Ochi of Bestoon for this long, I can survive Nubs. I promise you that.
That's what you think. All right. Thank you very much, and may the Force be with you.
Always.
Always.